Goats Podcast.
Okay, we back. Quote Goats Podcast, man. I'm here. You know me, Tommy Gunz, and I got my bro.
You already know, New York Smitty. You know what I'm saying? You ain't heard of us, you ain't heard of us.
But you will.
But you will. Yeah.
But you will. It's episode 5, man. We're going to keep this shit rolling. Y'all might as well get used to us because we here to stay. We got sponsorships lined up. We got events.
Facts.
You know, shit growing slowly but surely right now. But give us a little time, man. Y'all going to be tired of hearing about us everywhere. Everybody joining in on the conversation because I feel like there's some dope shit. And we doing it the right way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a fact. And the crazy thing, it's not even summer yet.
Yeah.
You know when it is summer, it's gonna get crazy. You're gonna definitely hear about us. You feel me? Like
definitely, we pulling up.
Yeah, we talking about hosting parties and shit like that. We about to make it lit. Niggas gonna forget COVID even happened. You heard? Like
for real, it's already. I hear the clubs about to open up and everything.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, man. I feel like Germany is lit. To me in the summertime, because you can go to the pool, you can do mad shit. Like I like going to the park and shit like that.
And that's when they have all them festivals and shit too.
Yeah, facts.
All the outdoor festivals and one thing about Germany, they love to party. Goddamn, they know how to party.
Yeah, that's a fact. And it's like I feel like when everything opens, the energy gonna be different because everybody's
starving for that shit.
So it's gonna be. Summertime gonna be crazy.
Yeah, it really is gonna be crazy. I mean, we dads and family life type shit too, but we still gonna step out a few times.
A couple of times, I gotta step out
here and there,
Yeah, it's gonna be lit though. Definitely, if you already watch the podcast and stuff like that, tune in and come to the events. You feel me? It's just gonna be, it's gonna be a movie, man. You already know how we give it up.
I mean, you already know. And I'm announcing on right now on this podcast that we are now, I don't know if I want to say sponsored by World of Nightlife, but we have a partnership going on with World of Nightlife, and y'all gonna see us posted all over the walls and promos all on the video feeds in there, and y'all probably see us pop up. You know what I'm saying? In the one, at least me, you're going to see me pop up in the one every last Saturday in the month as soon as that shit get. I think they opening on the 5th. And, we got like a little joint venture going on. One hand, watch the other, however they say that. You know what I'm saying? I think it's going to be a good partnership because that's they crowd is our crowd as far as out here.
Yeah, facts.
Is concerned.
Another thing I was gonna say is that if you see us at these events and shit, man, pull up on us. If you got some, you can talk to us personally and shit like that.
Exactly.
Feel me? So we could talk about some, if you want to be on the podcast or something like that. Yo, this podcast we be chilling, yo. Like,
you be chilling, but you gotta have some shit going on. You can't come around here bullshitting with nothing to talk about.
Exactly. So, but for sure, it's gonna definitely gonna be going up. You know what I'm saying? And I think if you watch our shit, I mean, if you know about it, you know what I'm saying? Like, let people know. You feel me? Let people know what we doing, what we about. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely need that support. You know what I mean? So we appreciate that shit. If you're already doing that shit already,
definitely we need that support. Whether it's online, with sharing our video with whoever, you know what I'm saying? Shooting them a link, posting a clip of us on Instagram in your story, subscribing to the YouTube channel, following us, whatever. We appreciate any kind of support we can get, you know what I'm saying? And the whole thing with podcasting is like mostly word of mouth, you know what I'm saying? And like-minded individuals find like-minded individuals, you know what I'm saying? So if you listen and you like what you hear and you can vibe with either my point of view or Vinnie's point of view, you know what I'm saying? Spread the word. Get it out there any way possible, and we appreciate it. You know what I'm saying?
And we of course we still learning. We gonna have better things. For one thing, I'm gonna talk to Tommy about it and all that. Is we gonna start having shit to where you guys can comment and shit and, ask questions on our Instagram page like that. If you have a topic that you want us to talk about or something like that, we all for it, yo. We wanna know what y'all wanna want to hear. You
Yeah,
feel me?
we
So,
here for y'all. You know what I'm saying? This already fun for us, but we want y'all to join into the conversation and, you know, get in the comment section like he was saying. And because we love to hear from y'all, just like y'all listening to us. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, word. Like I said before, you know, big appreciation if you already tuning in and shit like that. That's what's up.
Yeah. So now that we got all the formalities out the way, let's get into these topics.
Let's get it.
I don't even know which one I wanna start with. I know which one. Yeah, we're gonna do a new thing on the podcast today. We're gonna actually play the video of some of the topics that we talking about and react to them live. You know what I'm saying? It's the first time we doing it, so hopefully the shit goes off with.
I mean, it's gonna go because at the end of the day, we genuine. We here, like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like technically.
Technically, yeah. We might have some fuck ups, but hey, you know, we gonna be on here laughing about it.
Yeah.
That's how we learn, baby. Let's get it.
So, it's a video. You know everybody know who Adele is, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. It's a few ways we can go as far as topics with her. But the thing that's in the media right now is she was at an award show. Mm-hmm. And I can't remember the name of the award show, but it's an award show, I guess, in the UK. And usually at any award show, they have a male's category and a female category. You know what I'm saying? You win the best blah blah in the female category, and you win the best blah blah in the male category. But this particular show made it a gender fluid like award show to where they didn't have the two, like everything was just meshed into one, you know. Mm-hmm. You either won or you didn't, man or woman, you know what I'm saying? And Adele went up there and she was like, oh, let's just watch the video. Chris, click on the one that says Adele.
He wasn't expecting this one at all. Like,
yep.
Yeah. And also, you know, I understand why the name of this award has changed, but I really love being a woman and being a female artist. I do. I'm really proud of us. I really, really am. Thank you.
Oh, man.
So she said that she loves being a woman, and nothing wrong with her loving being a woman, you know?
And of course, they probably attacked her, right?
Nigga, you know the Alphabet Gang, they got on her for that. They calling her a TERF, which is a trans exclusionary feminist, is like a feminist woman who disregards the existence of like transgender women. You know?
Yeah, it's like what they, you know, Dave Chappelle, you know, with the whole
what Dave Chappelle was talking about with
Kelly Rowland. Or no, not Kelly Rowland. J.K. Rowland. J.K. Rowland. My bad, Kelly.
My nigga said Kelly Rowland.
Nah, man, I mean J.K. Rowland. That shit slipped my mind. I was just thinking Rowland. You feel me? But yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, with that group or whatever, they put you in this category.
Yeah. But it's like with me. Like, I don't want to say the wrong thing when I'm talking about this topic, you know, but it's like, do you know what I'm saying? You homosexual, you know, that's cool for you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't judging you either way. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing I can really identify with or agree with. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't fucking, it don't affect my life. So, you know, and if you a trans person, and you feel like, you know, if you're a biological man, you feel like you're a woman, and you got that whole, and vice versa, and you got that whole thing going on, you know, that's cool too. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I'd be lying if I said I understood it, because I don't. I think you have to live that experience to completely understand it, and whoever out here saying, whatever straight person is out here really saying that they identify with them and they completely understand what they're going through is a fucking liar. But one thing I don't like about that whole movement is how they starting to infringe on like real women, you know?
Yeah. I totally
quotations around that word, real, like biological women, you know, and to the point where a woman can't say
anything.
You can't even be proud to be like a woman.
It's dangerous. Like, I'm guessing they're just saying, like, they with that situation, they probably just like, I guess in these type of situations, you're just not supposed to say anything like that. And I think that honestly, you know, I have the same feeling. Like, I feel like she didn't, even with this situation, she didn't say anything like over this. She wasn't like the baby or something, you know. The baby went in like,
the baby
really,
was like, y'all niggas sucking dick in the parking lot.
Yeah, that's OD. She just like, you know, embraced, you know, the fact of being a woman and about the award, you know,
as she should.
Shedding light, like that's her opinion. I feel like these groups, like a group like this, like you can't even have an opinion on it without, you know, in the public eye and stuff like that. When you're a celebrity, you can't, you know what I'm saying, you can't really. You could lose your career over that.
Especially when you're a celebrity. You could lose everything if you say the wrong thing. They just waiting like.
It's cancel culture.
Say the wrong thing you want to, motherfucker. Only one that really got away with it is Chappelle.
I mean, my thing is this. Like, I totally, I'm the same way. It don't affect my life. I feel like, personally, anybody in this world, whatever they want to do, they should do it. Like, but at the same time, like, you can't be so... I don't know. Is this wrong saying so sensitive about every little
But that's the whole like premise of the whole thing is like sensitivity and like feelings, you know? It's all based on how they feel, you know? Yeah. How they feel is their reality, especially when you get to like the transgender side of it, you know what I'm saying? It's all about like how they feel, and everybody who coddles them like with all their beliefs, you know what I'm saying, is like they just trying to protect their feelings, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's all like everybody just trying to be nice when it comes to that, you know? Even if, you know, in the back of their mind, they might think something completely different. Like everybody who's compassionate about, you know what I'm saying, shit as far as that is just trying to be nice and accommodating.
You know what I always thought, like, why isn't it not the opposite for us? You know, like,
what
why
you mean?
Like, okay, so the same way they get upset about the things like that they feel like we say that hurts these feelings that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Bro, why can't my feelings be hurt?
Exactly.
Like when it comes down to like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even trying to go all into like, you know, what my kids, I don't want my kids being, I ain't even talking about that. I'm just talking about like.
Just your point of view.
My point of view.
As a
like,
human being
I
too.
I don't agree with that. Like, I think that shit wrong, period. Like, you feel me? But if you want to do it, okay. I'm good. Like, but why can't I have my own opinion? And that's the thing that these, you know, especially as a celebrity, you know, anything, you got to be very careful what you say. And I think, honestly, I think that's unfair. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, come on, it's Adele. Like, you feel me? Like, what?
And she didn't even say nothing egregious. Okay, she got up there at a gender fluid award show and took her award, and everybody saw what she said. She said, I know the name of this award has changed, but I'm sorry, I'm proud to be a woman. She knew what she was. She knew she was finna ruffle some feathers when she said that shit.
Yeah, but it's her opinion.
It's her opinion, and it should be her right to say. You know what I'm saying? But in America, like, it's
like they wanted I mean, no offense, but they wanted the right to, you feel me, to have the right to be able to be themselves and
to
open.
live in their truth, as they say.
Why can't I live in my truth and say I don't fuck with that shit on a
because
personal.
They ain't having it.
Of course, that's my point. Like, it's just.
Then you somophobic. You know, you transphobic, you homophobic, you this. Yeah. And I don't know, and it's like everything is cool until like they like. It's this it's another arena that I don't really, that kind of more than rubs me the wrong way about like trans people is sports, especially women's sports.
Yeah, this is getting a little like, I get it. Like I mean, I'll be lying to say I get it, but like I understand like you know, I get it. you see yourself as a
woman in this case.
Okay,
yeah.
as a woman, I totally understand that. Like, not knocking you, nothing, but like, there's something like nature, like, bro, like, you know, men and women, like, it doesn't matter if you are, you know, whatever your beliefs are. At the end of the day, you are biologically born as a man. So how? That's like being 28 playing basketball. You feel me? Playing basketball, like, you know,
with high schoolers.
With high schoolers and shit. Now,
but you trans 16.
Exactly. But the thing is this, I'm also you on your Dave Chappelle shit. Look, I also don't like. Damn, I lost my train of thought.
Okay, I'll pick it up then. So, never mind.
That shit was funny. That's how the shit threw me off.
Nah, but okay, I forget. It's a trans swimmer. That was a dude. Competed at this college for like 3 years as a man. You know, like
the swimmer.
Oh
yeah, I saw this.
Leah something.
Yeah.
And then decided one day I want to be a girl. You know.
That nigga Lil Boosie was like, you're a cheater.
Yeah, you're a fucking cheater. Lil Boosie don't play none of that shit.
But he got a point. He just
who got a point? Boosie or?
Yeah, Boosie.
Oh yeah, Boosie got a point. Yeah, definitely.
But the thing is, he's just saying it in a mean way. That's all they think.
He ain't no compassion in what Boosie's saying.
Yeah, exactly, and that's my point. Like, come on now. That's the top of that. You know, with the whole, you're biologically born like this. Like,
men are strong, like naturally stronger than women.
But the thing is this. That's what I was getting on. I'm not discrediting. Like, I understand there's women out there that can do something. You know, if you're not training. Yeah. You know, to be like, I don't know, what's something a sport that, like
a tennis player,
like, I don't know, like a okay, like, let's say somebody plays for the MWA. Okay, like, they probably nice as fuck. They're probably way better than me in ball. So, you know, that
WNBA. You said NWA.
Yeah,
women niggas with attitude.
Yeah, I'm bugging. Look. So I'm not saying like, you know, like a professional basketball player is better than, you know. Is not better than me, obviously, just because I'm a guy, you know, or I'm a man.
But you could probably still compete with her.
I'm saying, if I was training up to this, like, you know what I'm saying?
You could go on the court with a WNBA player, play one-on-one, and she might win, but she would have a hard time.
No, hell no. You're bugging.
Come on, man. It's that much of a physical difference.
Nah, I got a cousin. Her name is Ronnie. She's not no transgender or nothing like that.
Okay.
You know,
put that disclaimer out there.
Yeah, I gotta put that out there. She's plays. You know what I'm saying. She got a boyfriend, all that. I mean, she just got engaged and everything. Okay. So, but she's nice. She's nice.
You played her and she bust your ass.
She'll bust your ass, nigga. Okay. That's a fact.
But my point was, like, if like they done like little studies and shit, like in tennis. Mm-hmm. Serena Williams herself admitted that she don't want to play no man. And like, this dude that made a point about Serena. He was like, the 400th best men's player in the world could whoop Serena's ass, no problem. And she agreed to it. She was like, it's that much of a physical difference between men and women in sports. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, of course.
Like high school runners could beat the fastest woman in the world. You know what I'm saying? Of course. Like, maybe not nobody off the street, but if a man trains, he blow a woman out of the water every time. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they got the same number of training. Like, it's some women in the Marines, because they did an experiment, like, and they put like an all woman team together and an all man team together, because women wanted fucking to go to battle like men and shit. And they made them do some shit, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the women in the study lost their ability. Like, it was so taxing. They lost horribly, but it was so taxing on their body. They was like, their muscles was like eating themselves, and they didn't have periods no more. They lost the ability to have children.
What about the women that when I was in Georgia, the women that were, you know, on Fort Benning, they pushed the first women through Ranger School. Some of the women made it.
Like, as with not different rules than the men?
No, they was in. I saw them. I was able to see them. I was my unit. We went out there, like we had to go out there to like congratulate them, but they passed Ranger School.
They had to give them some kind of like caveat, just like they don't let women do the same PT and shit.
I'm telling you, bro,
Who was these bitches?
That was the point of the whole thing.
These some superhero bitches.
Women were complaining and fighting that, and they let the first group of, like, they were even talking about women coming into the infantry and shit like that. That was a new rule that was changing in the military. I don't know if they pushed it through, but I was there for the women that went through Ranger School, bro, and it was like,
I need to see some proof of this one, bro.
Bro, I call my sergeant right now, bro.
No, I call the sergeant.
I'm telling you, bro, like, I mean,
but you get my point. You get my point, though.
It doesn't change the point. Yes,
yeah.
Like, totally. I mean, bro, that's
because all these trans women that used to be, or that are biological men, in every case, they get in the women's sport and they blow all the records out of the water.
Yeah.
Like she or they, or whatever that person would like to be called, every time she get in the pool, she break another woman's record. Like the other women have no chance.
Yeah,
and that's not fair.
I think personally, yeah, it's just not fair. Like, I don't know. But if you try to put these people in a certain group to compete, they're going to be like how women complain about how they're not in men's group. Yeah,
they're going to feel like too segregated. And it's not enough of them to make like a league out of it.
This is what makes it. This is what I don't understand, because these people, like...
These people is kind of harsh.
I don't mean these people. I apologize. But how could, like... Just because you consider yourself as a woman, you also have a brain, and you also go to school and know that men's bodies are, if you're born a man, you're naturally physically stronger than a woman. It doesn't matter if you're this person or not.
Yeah, but they basing it all on testosterone levels and shit,
Okay, I get what you're saying.
They trying to totally disregard bone structure,
yeah, but look,
muscle build.
What I don't understand is how can these people with the same capability of any human that has a brain that knows this knowledge, how could they even feel as though it's fair enough for them to even join the sport, knowing that they are a man? Like, how can you like know you are
I know exactly what you're saying, but
you're a man, but you're like, woo, I just broke a record. Like,
that's what I'm saying, because they completely disregarding the hard facts about the shit.
And I want to say this, you know what I'm saying? What you always say as a disclaimer.
Yeah.
I'm not educated on these things. Let me know.
That's why we talking. Join the conversation.
Yeah, I'm not pushing no. Like, I personally don't understand that. You feel me? Like, and I'm also not sitting here talking. Of course, I have my opinion on it, what I think, but I could be wrong. Maybe there's like, I don't know. Y'all take they take testosterone out the body or something. I don't fucking know.
They put them on
shit to make hormones like. They
put them on like testosterone blockers and estrogen. I think, The
testosterone probably leaked through.
But because like in the swimmer's case, he went through puberty as a man. He became a man. And he's been pumping like testosterone through his body his whole life up until that point. And he will forever have the bone structure and the muscle build of a man, you know.
What if it was the other way around? What if it was a man that became a woman? She
wouldn't even want to compete.
I mean, a girl becoming a man.
Becoming a man.
What if she was breaking records?
Never happened, bro. If that shit happened, that's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
But never happened. Maybe in some weird sport like billiards or some shit.
Or chess or something.
Or chess or something. But why would you want to transition just to be the first trans chess player or some shit?
I don't know, bro.
I don't know, man. I don't want to get on that shit too much, but I'm just saying, like, people, because they was mad at Adele when she lost weight. Like, all the fat people or all the...
This is ridiculous. Yo, bro, we live in a ridiculous world. Like, it's like, bitch, you can't win.
You can't win. Like, this woman, because like it or not, like body positivity or what, like if you are obese, it's a health risk, you know what I'm saying? Especially in these times, like you catch corona, that's a comorbidity if you morbidly overweight, you know what I'm saying? And I know, like, cause like, you know, my wife a model and shit, and like before she got knocked up this last time, she would, she would go to, you know, she modeled for a Puma and Adidas sometimes and shit like that, and she'd go to the shoots, and they modeling all sportswear and shit, you know, spandex, the whole nine, you know what I'm saying, and they book a plus size model, you know, which is cool, but you know, it don't make sense for active sportswear. Maybe it does in a
because clothes are clothes. Like people, like, well, you don't gotta play sports to, you know, especially in our urban culture, we wear sport clothes.
But the plus size model
shit.
getting paid more than everybody on the set.
Yeah, because it's probably like, you know, it's bro, it's money and it's a trend. So of course, you know, it's like this whole shit is just trend.
They just following the.
Yeah, this is a fucking trend, bro. Like, I don't know. That shit, you know, I don't know, bro. I don't know where this world's coming to.
This world is getting crazier and crazier, man. But leave Adele alone, man. She ain't do nothing but say.
Hold on. I had a question. So they got mad at Adele for losing weight?
They
wanted her to stay fat?
They wanted her to go back. Cause they felt represented by her, you know what I'm saying?
Fucked up. They go, but you try to, like, no offense, but being fat is, you know, I know people got, like, you know,
some people
problems.
Have medical problems.
Yeah,
that's a very small percentage of the fat people in the world.
Yeah, but like, come on, like, if you fat, you're supposed to lose weight. She should be motivation.
Exactly.
You would think, see, like,
but with the whole
this
body,
bitch we ain't got skinny on us.
Yeah, this bitch thing got skinny. Who the fuck she think she is?
I'm about to eat this steak.
Make myself feel better. But nah, it's really like that though, because they felt like, you know, just like they look up to Lizzo and shit to bring her up again, you know, like they feel
Lizzo though.
You like Lizzo?
I like Lizzo.
Have you seen her Instagram?
I put it like this. I'm 40. I'm 40, yo, you so mean, dog. Look. I'm for women like that though. Like, I'm for that. Like, if now it's
what you mean like that?
Okay.
You mean like my 600-pound life?
Look. This is my point. Women that can express, like, it's different if you're doing it not for the trend and you're really out there like expressing yourself. You're fat, you're skinny,
yeah.
You don't care. Because I think that breaks, like, when it comes down to like mental health, there's a lot of women out there who are even in between or, you know, small, skinny, whatever. They're very insecure. So if you're out there like expressing like, hey, it's okay to be you, but being you doesn't, my point is like being fat, right? Let's say you're fat.
Okay.
Right? Like,
okay.
It's cool to be you. Like, it's cool. But at the same time, like, we all know being fat isn't a healthy thing.
No, it's not. So that's my point.
You should be, you know what I mean? Like, yes, express yourself all you want, but you know what I'm saying? Time should be like, hey,
don't try to make it like it's the thing to do.
Yeah, facts. Just like I wouldn't promote, like, you know, how models, like, I heard about like stuff that's going on in the industry. A lot of models have to go through a lot of, you know, pain with their body because they feel as though they got to be skinny.
Yeah,
you know
anorexia, bulimia.
So I don't. It's not just about being fat. Or none of that.
It's both extremes.
Both extremes, exactly.
Or
like,
extremely unhealthy.
It's not the norm. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know, bro. Like, nah. It's just like this cancel culture is kind of like they need to cancel the cancel culture. Like, you feel me? That shit is just. It's stupid. It's let people, you know, have their own opinions and stuff like that. So shit, we keep going down this fucking road, they're gonna start, you know, shooting motherfuckers. Like, what? You said something about a transgender? Line them up.
Exactly.
Line 'em up, bitch.
Stone that motherfucker.
Stone that motherfucker. Like, how much to damage somebody's whole career over some shit like that, you know what I'm saying, is ridiculous. Now, I know what they will say, you know, people that's watching this, but what if somebody was on social media and saying something about a nigga and this and the next thing? See,
we just talked about
that. You know, like, but they ain't even sensitive to us because motherfuckers is still saying it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We still got to deal with it.
I ain't saying tear him down, burn him. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll recognize it. Now, I recognize it if somebody, but the word nigga is just straight up like you trying, like a white person saying that shit, or you
know what you're doing.
You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
But like in Adele's, like I said in the beginning, Adele didn't just go up there and be like, what the fuck bitch?
Y'all.
This is some motherfucker. This is a woman's award.
Yeah.
Like, you know, she didn't get on there saying that. So
yeah, she said she proud to be a woman. That's all she said. So y'all got to leave Adele alone, man.
Facts.
And kudos to her for goddamn losing all them pounds.
Word.
And getting a nigga.
Oh, she got a nigga.
She dating like LeBron James' best friend, right?
Oh,
Rich, is his name Rich Porter or some shit?
I don't even know.
But yeah,
I love Adele, man. I love her energy. She's
love her music and everything, man.
Yeah, like you can't at the end of the day. Yeah, like I'm sure people are mad, but you can't. That's like Dave Chappelle. You ain't canceling Adele. Like, come on,
Nah, you can't cancel Adele. I mean, I think she's cancelable though.
You think so?
If she outrightly says some shit.
Yeah, no, yeah, but her personality, she's not like that. You know what I'm saying?
You remember the Dixie Chicks?
Dixie Chicks. Yeah.
They was this 3-girl country group. Not that I really listen to their music and shit, but at one point they was like the most famous woman group in the world with their country music shit, or at least in America. Mm-hmm. And fucking, they thought they was invincible, untouchable and shit. And they came out and said something against
black people.
What? No.
About country, that shit.
They said something about like the president at the time. I think it was like George Bush or some shit. They said something like they don't fuck with him, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? And fucking all their record sales went down.
Yeah, because it's country, white people.
Yeah, they was like, "What the fuck did you just say?"
Mama, look what he said on TV.
Got them the fuck out of there. Their career was over after that shit.
I mean, yeah, you got to be careful what you say. At the end of the day,
free speech is not free in America.
I'm gonna keep it a rap. I be like Jay-Z. I move like Jay-Z. I won't be saying shit. Like you don't really hear nothing Jay-Z.
He pop out every now and then and
say some shit.
Very calculated.
But like he say some like
some gems.
Some gem shit. Like he don't just be out there like, what the fuck, the court system, like fuck them, because he be doing all the court stuff. Like,
yeah.
Nah, I'll move just like that, because you gotta be very careful what you say. It's best to just have a private life if you're a celebrity, because they're gonna attack you, whatever you do.
But a lot of celebrities these days, all they fame is based around some controversy shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so they can't live private lives and shit.
Yeah, true. That's true. Like Kim K and all that. Yeah, Kanye.
But speaking of Jay-Z, before I forget about, because it was a topic with him.
It's about lyrics
in mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Him and Meek Mill trying to pass a bill that they can't use rap lyrics in court anymore.
Yeah, I just
what you think about that?
I told you, I told you this weekend I've been doing a lot of homework and stuff, and I'm actually doing my website on Jay-Z, and I pulled that quote from that and put it on my website. But yeah, I think that topic, I think Jay-Z, he's just a powerhouse, bro. Like he's like 50 Cent too. Like they just powerhouses for black people, because I know you would just think like, oh, lyrics, but bro, a lot of our fame and stuff like that comes from music and this and that next thing, and we come, hip hop and all that shit comes from this, the struggle, the black struggle and stuff like that, and that hip hop is based around certain things that the people who control shit don't really like and stuff like that. So yeah. I feel like a lot of these things are, kind of like I said, like prosecuting, like, you know what I'm saying, crucifying us as black people. Because even if the black people that make it out and get famous, now the trend is, even though I get it, these rappers be saying some shit they shouldn't be saying, but it's being used against them in court and shit like that. There's a lot of people are getting a lot of time. Like look at like,
they lock Boosie up using his lyrics.
Yeah, for example, like especially like around, what I'm saying, I'm not pushing nothing, what Lil Durk and shit got going on, but with the Quando Rondo beef and shit like that, drill
smoking
music,
ops
drill music, you into hip hop, drill music comes from strictly the streets, like, and they talk about what's going on in the streets. So I feel like, but you know what I'm saying. But the people buying them records and shit like that, it'd be us and it'd be white people too. So you know what I'm saying? So
mostly the kids.
Yeah, the kids and all that shit. So, and at the same time, like, I don't feel like, whether it's true or not, I don't feel like that type of shit should be used against you, in court and shit like that. Cause what the fuck? Like, I'm sorry, there's people out there that be doing country music and, probably I'm talking about.
But country music ain't really. Like no other form of music is
fucking my sister, like all types of shit. Nigga, like, nah, but no country music.
No other form of music is like, hip hop is such a unique form of music to where you're celebrated for supposedly being real in your lyrics and shit like that. Like,
I think that's becoming a trend now. Because back then, like rappers and shit like that, of course they come, you know, they come from the
Back
streets.
then, I think back then it was pretty much assumed. Like if you was a fan of somebody, you assumed that they was really living what they was talking about.
But shit, and that's the point. Like shit is, especially in the hip hop culture, like shit is changing. Like, you know what I'm saying? The streets. Like, if I can compare, I mean, the streets have always been bad, but the streets now, like, you got to think that with the high rise of gun violence and shit like that, the streets is, like, hot. So, of course, whatever.
So would you say that's...
is it being glorified?
Is that a byproduct of the music?
Yeah, I would, of course. I mean, I'm agreeing to what you're saying, like, for sure, but these things that people are rapping about, what was real in the 90s, you know what I'm saying? Like, people wasn't out there like really murdering motherfuckers like how they are now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, rap has, you know, it's just evolved and shit is getting worse and stuff like that. And yeah, in a sense, we kind of glorify this
lifestyle.
Yeah, this lifestyle and stuff like that. But I mean, I always have this conversation. I think glorifying it depends on the rapper, because there's rappers who talk about their struggles and shit like that, but at the same time, like
they'll spit the consequences too. Maybe
also like for example, you see like one rap artist that like I feel like is really, he's gonna go just, I mean, Jay-Z's his mentor, you know, Meek Mill.
Yeah.
You know, when Meek Mill came out, he's rapping like, you know, he's talking
about that street
talking
shit
from the streets. But now, you know, after being locked up all those times and stuff like that, you know, he's still
popping that street shit in his music though.
He not as much though. Not as much as like Meek when he first came out.
Really?
Hell yeah.
I listened to like a few snippets off of that last project he put out.
He be talking like
he was pretty rah on them.
Of course, because I mean at the same time he's still in the industry. He still got to push some type of stuff.
He still has to, yeah. But he had some tracks on there that was like to the contrary or something like that. Or
I wouldn't say to the contrary. I just think I mean, Jay-Z does it too. You know, Jay-Z, when it's just a different time with Jay-Z raps, but he talks in his raps, he'll say like, you know,
but not like Meek though. Jay-Z completely like meshed the way he raps and the topics he raps about now with how he lives now. You know what I'm saying? He might he might throw a real slick line in there about some shit he did in the past, but it'll be so coded that you'll be like, "Ooh, I know what that nigga was talking about," but he ain't just outright say, "I'll fucking do this to you," blah blah blah. You know.
But that's what Meek does too. Like Meek, I feel like
Meek was pretty much just spell it out.
Nah, I think
scream
Meek
it
just
at
be
you.
on some shit. Like we on like he, hell no, because his last project before that, like. Meek always just, I think Meek when he raps, he raps about like shit, change the consequences like that, but he also let the nigga know like he's still in tune, but bro, there's nothing wrong with being in tune with the streets.
No, but I ain't saying he ain't on like some good shit, but I feel like he more so makes moves outside of his music, and he's still in that transition period in his music to where he like, okay, this is what all these motherfuckers know me for, from the shit I've been popping and where I come from. And he in that weird space where, how does he get to where Jay-Z is? You know what I'm saying?
Meek don't really rap about, like, I don't feel like Meek really rap
about like the rollies and, you know, shooters and shit. You know, I know what Meek rap about.
He don't rap about shooters like that.
On his most popular songs, that's what he rap about. You know what I'm saying?
Like, because Meek was never he wasn't like in the streets where it came to like shooting and shit.
He ain't talking about guns and shit.
He talking about drugs. He talks
shit.
about drugs more than like selling, like him, because Meek now.
Okay, that too.
Okay, somebody.
Because that come with that.
Yeah, of course. But at the same time, like Meek talk about shit like that he came from, bro. I don't feel like
I know, but that's what I'm saying. He talk whatever he talking about. He still talk. He in the space where like a T.I. was, like when he was going to jail for them guns and shit, and he had to change his image. And I feel like T.I. still don't know what the fuck he want to talk about in his music.
I feel like the music that is like, because I feel like what Meek raps about is like what niggas been rapping about. But I feel like the people that's rapping now, that's like to where the industry is changing the most is, like I said, in drill music. Because drill music is being more acceptable. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like the real, like violent drill music is getting more accepted mainstream.
Drill music in general is all violent. Even London, UK drill is violent, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like, I'm saying, well, like, what you getting at with the drill music becoming more? Because like, here's my thought on the whole. Because it's two things happening. It's Jay-Z and Meek trying to get lyrics taken out of the courtroom.
Exactly.
And it's a mayor. Matter of fact, your boy Jim Jones sat down with him, I think.
You talk about the mayor of New York.
Yeah, and he was like, he want to fucking ban drill music and shit like that.
Yeah, and then they went Fabi Foreign, Mano.
Yeah, Mano met with him.
It wasn't Capo, but
all them niggas. It was a gang of niggas.
Yeah.
Niggas, it looked like they damn near strong on his ass.
Yeah, they all.
He looked nervous as shit in that video.
I feel like, I mean, personally, when I think, especially when it comes to the New York drill scene, I feel like shit is just getting started, bro. Like that, they're not like New York.
Because drill comes from Chicago.
Yeah,
right?
drill comes from Chicago. 100%. Chief Keef. Chief Keef definitely. He's the I would say he's the
fucking
founder of that shit.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, yeah. So I feel like, but New York is now getting on that. Like the drill scene is getting crazy in New York. Like Pop Smoke, it just opened the doors for drill rappers. Like, so in New York's crime rate is like going up. It's turning into Chicago.
Damn.
Chicago's already bad. You feel me? So I think making the moves like that for Jay-Z, you know, doing that, you know, it's gonna, you know, hopefully these rappers find out they talent and they move on from that type of stuff. Because, for example, you got like Lil Durk. Lil Durk still be on that drill shit, but like, you see, Lil Durk is, you know, his music's changed a little bit. Like Lil Durk can put out an album. Shit, he was supposed to come out with his album today. Mm-hmm. He could put out an album and stuff like that, and doesn't have to be on that drill stuff. He only gets on his drill shit when he's like he's really still in tune with the streets and shit like that. So like he only.
I feel like you can still hear it in whatever verse, you know. Like he'll say,
"This drill music is what get people killed, man."
Yeah, that's where I hoped you was going with that story, like. Because, like, rappers say, you know, when anybody brings up, like, the influence of rap music and on kids and shit like that, like a Cardi B or something, she'll say, because people are always trying to flame her up for, like, you know, what are you selling to kids and why you so sexual all the time? And she like, bitch, I ain't no babysitter, blah, 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 skirt, or whatever the fuck she be saying. And, like music, huh?
You don't like Cardi B?
There's a few things I don't like about her. Yeah,
I agree with her though when it comes to that.
But who consumes the music?
I mean, kids do.
Kids, you know what I'm saying? And kids are the most influenced by music. You know, it drives what they like. It drives what's cool. And if what's cool in the music is I'll shoot you up, bang bang, and I'll pop this Molly.
Music has a very big influence, you know, like
a very negative influence. You know what I'm saying?
When it comes to hip hop and stuff, of course, you know, shit, music, you know, music is such a big part of life. You know, shit, that's how they got, you know, even back in the 70s, like during peaceful movements, during like all those movements and shit like that. A lot of people express themselves through music, and a lot of young college teenagers during those time periods in the 70s fight, you know,
like Woodstock and all that.
Yeah, against Vietnam War and shit like that, you know. So of course music is, but bro,
yeah, what would life be without music? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, you know, I think with them making that move, it's gonna help a lot of people out, because I feel like
the move to get it taken out of the courtroom.
Yeah, because I mean,
but what if somebody, which has happened, what if somebody completely confesses to murdering somebody in their song, step by step? That should be inadmissible in a courtroom. You know
I mean, nah, because it's still like, bro, there's rappers, like you said in the beginning, there's rappers out there who was rapping about stuff
from back in the day.
Back in the day, right? So look.
Past statute of limitations.
Yeah, and not just that, but I'm just saying, like, people back then, you know, they rap. I don't know. So people rapped about, like, stuff back then, but I don't know, bro. Like, I feel like taking these lyrics out.
But not to the extent of today, though, bro. Not with the drill. They wasn't on the drill vibe, you know?
Yeah, and I feel like, bro, it's good to do that because a lot of these people who do drill, these kids have gotten famous for drill.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they need that transition. It's hard, like you said, Meek Mill's even they need that transition out. But some of these people get locked
in that persona,
and you know, locked in that shit, and they need time to like transition out to, you know, to grow in music, because that drill music can only go for so long. Niggas is not listening to that shit forever. This is the trend now. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna go on for so long.
It's been the trend for a minute. You know what I'm saying? But it's, to me, like, as a musician myself, a rapper, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the easiest shit to fucking rap about. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, not if you're not out there doing it. That's the thing.
Even if you never did that shit in your life, the easiest shit to rap about is killing the motherfucker.
Yeah, but
I got this type of gun. I'm gonna do this to you.
That's not what drill's about, then,
bro. But I'm just saying, from my perspective, like, just not even talking about drill music. I'm just talking about, like, violence in hip hop or rap music in general, you know? Like, if you want to become a rapper and you ain't shot a gun or did a drug or sold a drug, you done seen a movie about it, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying, like, for some reason, that's the easiest thing to do the whole rap cadence to is.
Yeah, but that's the thing about why drill is being so accepted now is because, like, in hip hop, it's not a trend anymore to listen to people who rap about stuff like back in the past that's not really doing that shit. So, yeah.
People don't really care as much now, I think. You know what I'm saying?
I think, because I think, like, I don't know, you had rappers who were still claiming and saying they was doing the same thing too, bro, back then. They was saying it.
And they was going to jail for that shit too, if they was really doing it.
The only thing is that we just know about it now because the person gets like, oh shit, like, oh, so and so murder victim, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh shit, that shit really happened. Like, you know, back, I feel like rappers now, like,
they ain't careful enough. What you saying?
Yeah. And another thing is this, bro. I feel like, you know, I get what you're saying, like, but at the same time, it's kind of like, it definitely gonna help some of these brothers out to be, you know, to transition from that street life, because it's hard to get in, you know, when you got something, you like 18, you're really fucking in the streets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You really in the streets and you become famous and you're like, okay, I need to get out of this type of lifestyle. But, you know, I think taking those lyrics out, and so I get what you mean. Like,
so they could be like, what you saying is they could do the shit, make the songs about it because they know they can't go to jail for it. And
what about the people who get locked up and that didn't do it? Because that's happened. That's happened.
I mean, it's a lot of people locked up that shouldn't have.
Melly right now, they saying Melly killed his you know, his friends.
Yeah,
but
I think they got way more evidence than his music though.
Bro, I looked at the case. They don't have they have the trajectory of the bullets. There's no way where he was sitting and all that. They honestly don't have no evidence against him.
Okay, how the fuck they keeping him? It can't be just off the strength. It can't be just off the strength of the music.
I follow these, like, I know.
We got to do a whole breakdown of that case because I don't really know much about it to talk about it.
Like, they don't. It's not. They talking about releasing him soon.
Okay, I hope they do. I hope he didn't do it because they was making him look like a monster out here.
Yeah, because of the song. His song is
Murder on My Mind.
Murder on My Mind and shit. Like,
it's a great song.
It's a really good song, but
about murdering somebody.
Yeah, but. You know, who's to say he said that song isn't the same way? You could be like, oh yeah, okay, so what if I'm a rapper right now, right? I'm from, you know, I'm from New York, da da da. But I'm nice. I'm nice with the rapping, right? And I've
Nice.
never shot a gun in my life. But
Never
I'm over here
banged.
talking about, yo, I'm beefing with you, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, nigga, fuck around, clap Tommy, da da da, my song, da da da. And
Yeah.
let's say you ain't never did it either. We just rap battling, but we nice though. We high up there in the
Really
shit.
convincing with the words.
Really convincing, right?
Yeah.
Niggas go knock on your door, duk, 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 sir. And let's say you didn't do it, but you know who did do it. All right, let's just keep it that because obviously somebody knocks on your door and says you murdered Joey down the street. You're not gonna be like, but let's say you're somebody within your circle, murdered somebody, but you
rapped about it. You told the story
about it like it's you, and they lock you up.
Why would you do that though?
Yeah, but that's the thing because
you're incriminating yourself.
Bro, hip hop, yes, of course. The people that do drill, I'm not denying that. Niggas is dumb. You gotta watch what you say. Some of them, like I don't know. I wish you had the video up. Like for example, like, a perfect song we could have did a reaction to today was Lil Durk just dropped his visual on the song he just came out with. That's in the beginning of the song. He was like, "So you know, this is props. Everything I'm saying is fake."
He said that in the video,
bro. We gotta I wish we could pull up the video.
We'll pull it up after the pod and like I'll splice it back in or some shit.
Yeah. So
that.
like with that, he says that. So you know, because they can't use that. They can't use that against you. You know.
No, it's not on there, bro. Oh, you trying to go to the internet? Nah, we're gonna do it after the show, bro.
Yeah, we'll pull it up after. But that's a perfect example, bro. Like I think there's certain things that I think with like Lil Durk, he talks about it's kind of like what you said about Jay-Z.
But it's like coded.
It's like coded. The niggas know, oh yeah, like he's like this song, bro, we gotta play it after. You gonna be like, oh yeah, he going crazy if you know about the beef and stuff like that.
But it's just with me, like
but if you
what I was saying with the whole easy thing to rap, like I could have went that route as a rapper, you know what I'm saying? And been really convincing. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the life. I was around that shit, but that's not the life I live. And I don't want to tell another nigga's story. I want to tell my motherfucking story, you know? And I'm just saying, like, I forgot. I lost my train of thought.
Nah, I just was going to say, bro. But yeah, but at the same time, I get what you're saying. But at the same time with drill, it's like you rap, whatever you rapping about, yeah, you say you can make up anything. Yeah. You could have went that route, but the shit that in drill, like niggas see the shit on the news. So if niggas is not seeing no shit on the news, you talk about you just pop.
But it's always some shit on the news in Chicago and shit. But I'm saying like in New York too now. But I'm saying like, damn, I just had that motherfucking point again.
My bad, I interrupted.
I just had that fucking point. What was my fucking point? Because I could have went the way of the whole, you know, gangster rap shit, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I know my point now. But when you rapping, when you saying these words in cadence, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a chant, and it's power in words, especially in music form. You know what I'm saying? It's like you speaking that shit into existence. You know what I'm saying? That's why all these rappers that speak so much death in their music, they always pop up dead. And they usually die exactly how they said they were gonna die. Juice WRLD, for example. All he talked about was overdosing by how many drugs he was doing and shit. XXX, all he talked about was when I died. The day before he died, he said, if somebody come kill me, this is what y'all do, blah, blah, blah. And the next day somebody came, killed his ass, you know. And right after that, he had just shot a music video where he was dead in a casket. Yeah. And the shit dropped after he actually died. Tupac, Biggie, all these niggas that speak, whatever you speaking in your music is, the universe is listening to you, and that shit is gonna come your fucking way. Even me, shit I done talked about in my music, like almost all that shit came to pass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's with anything, not just music. You know.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's multiplied when you put that shit in the music form. So all these niggas talking about all that murder shit and death shit.
I agree.
That shit is coming. That's why it's so fucking.
That's what come with it though. Like at the same time, like if you from the streets and shit like that, I totally agree with everything you're saying. But if you if you from the streets, you really come from that. They know the consequences because they've been around.
Yeah, they have to.
They've been around death, bro. Like especially them Chicago niggas, bro. Like, bro, this every fucking day. Like somebody, they got like 28 homicides just in the south side of Chicago from where like Chief Keef.
A day?
Bro, this shit is ridiculous, bro.
That's ridiculous.
Okay, maybe 28 is a little pushing it, but it's like
it's pretty much that though.
Nigga, more than one is enough, but
yeah,
they overtop that.
That's ridiculous.
You gotta think them niggas.
That's like a third world country or some shit.
They come, and that's the thing, like, and that's so crazy. Like what we talked about the last podcast, it's the mind, bro. Like they so in deep to that shit. It's like, and my thing is this, like I wouldn't sit here and be like, you know, like what you were talking about, glorifying the drill music and the drill scene. Yeah, you know, because I listen to drill music but at the same time, I listen to drill music. I'm not happy about the deaths and shit that happened, but in a sense, I'm like, first off, I'm an adult. I'm not a child. I get the whole thing. I'm an adult. You know, I'm not a child, and I like that music, hip hop. That shit, it speaks to you. Like you said, the words, like, I really know what's going on in the streets. You know what I'm saying? You know, and yeah, man. But other than that, man, man, you're right, man. We gotta.
I think it's more likely that they might start censoring rap, or rappers are gonna have to start censoring themselves or finding other things to talk about, because another thing with rap is like it's just the same damn song over and over again, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think banning it is the solution, and I think courts are never gonna agree to make every song inadmissible in any court case, you know what I'm saying? If that shit apply, they're gonna use that shit, you know what I'm saying?
Nah,
but I wish them luck on trying to get that shit passed, but
yeah, of course.
I don't think it's happening.
I mean, I don't disagree with it. Like I said, I don't disagree. Like I don't disagree with it. I get what comes with it. Like you said, and the motherfuckers gonna be on there. I murdered 20 people and not get in trouble. But at the same time, like, you know, some people use lyrics and some people aren't, you know, that didn't do it or might have said something where the feds think that they said this.
And when you do that, like you said, you got to be aware that you're incriminating yourself, and you giving these motherfuckers reason and probable cause to fucking at least keep your ass off bail for a long ass motherfucking time, like they doing Melly. Because it's like if you get falsely accused of fucking murder and you just like a regular dude, but you got fucking murderer tatted across your forehead, and you go in the courtroom and fucking the jury look at you and you totally didn't do the murder, but how the jury sees you matters. And you sitting in there with murder tatted across your fucking forehead, you going to jail, my dude.
And there's some people like, you know, like I said, there are some people who do drill music, this type of music, and maybe they haven't done a crazy crime, but just a crime that
gets them in that situation.
You know, gets them in that situation, and you know they hit them with harder years, like, oh yeah, like, you know, because they don't just use those criminal, you know, what they talk about in their rhymes for the exact thing that happened either. Like,
no, they use it to paint your character in the courtroom.
Get on the jury thing. That's what I was getting.
You might as well go in the courtroom with murderer tatted across your fucking forehead, because as soon as they play them drill songs, that's the picture that is getting painted in their head. That vivid picture that rap invokes.
Exactly.
And it's greatly increasing your chances of going to prison, even if you didn't do that shit, because you put yourself in that situation, is my point. You know what I'm saying?
Of course. But yeah, man. Hey, watch what you saying, you know what I'm saying, you know.
Yeah, your words ain't free, man. Yeah, man. But we've been on that topic for a minute, so.
It was a good topic though.
It was a good topic. So let's get on some fuck shit. So it's another video I wanted to play. I think I posted it, but I don't know if you saw it, but I want to talk about it and dudes that allow white women to say the N-word. Chris, can you cue up the Riley Reid clip? Yeah. Okay. Now keep it going, Chris. Okay, snapping. Yeah. It's that porn star.
Yeah.
Oh, hold up. Stop it right there, Chris. You heard what you said?
Yeah, I heard it.
Keep going real quick, Chris.
She said the N word.
No, don't start it over. Go back to where it was. I never got to listen to the whole thing. But she's snapping up until she said that. You seen this before? Oh. Not a cornbread fuck, nigga. On deck. Can you believe this shit, nigga?
That shit crazy, bro. She's comfortable too.
Comfortable. It's probably a nigga recording her.
Yeah, say that, girl. Say that.
Alright, you can stop that shit, Chris. Go back to the main view. That shit wild as fuck.
Yeah, that's crazy. I can't believe she got on there and embarrassed herself like that. Cause I ain't gonna front. That shit was trash, my boy. And then she got on there saying that at least spit a fireball.
At least.
And then say, then say, we still gonna be mad. But that
she
shit,
said it like 20 times.
Yeah, that trash ass verse. That shit was trash.
But this happened, I think, like...
Seemed like she was just being funny. I thought she was being funny or some shit.
But she is a porn star.
Yeah, I know who she is.
Riley Reid. Fucking black hole. But as a black hole, it don't give her the right to use, you know what I'm saying, the N-word, man. Like, she was out there like, eat it out, nigga. She was so confident. She was comfortable as fuck saying that shit. Like yeah, she was like,
Yo, I thought she was dead trying to be funny, like, cause like I said, the verse was trash, and.
But you think she like don't understand the ramifications of that word, or she just feel like she done fucked so many niggas she can say that shit?
Yeah, that's probably why. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand that, because look, man, listen. Again, interracial couple. My wife is white. Mm-hmm. She don't use she like, you feel me? And I feel like, I'm not saying, and I'm not even saying that this is right either, but you feel me? I feel like she has a more connection. You feel me? When it comes down to like black culture and shit like that.
Y'all have a child together.
Yeah, and that next thing. But that has never slipped out of her mouth, or she's never said it.
Yeah.
She just doesn't do it.
Yeah.
Because she knows it's wrong. And like,
out of respect.
And even like, and this is facts behind closed doors. Like, she could be like, what nigga? Like, you know what I'm saying? You get me? But
that'd be wild, but okay.
Yeah, but she don't, I've never, it's not like I'm gonna be like, what you say, bitch? Like, you know what I'm saying? She says that. You get what I mean? Like, So the fact that she doesn't even do that, I don't understand. Like, some of these girls out, especially out here, my boy. I gotta look. I get it. You feel me? And no disrespect. Do your thing, man. Like when you go to the one and shit.
Yeah. Oh, especially.
Well, my nigga, like, just because you might be messing with somebody that's black, just doesn't like. It's not cool to like. It doesn't validate you to be able to
say
this word. Mm-mm. Like, I don't get it.
But they feel cool as fuck if they can get away with it. And they'll say it and they'll be like,
yeah. Like, mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I'll be like, because I got this one homeboy. You know what I'm saying? He like, his name Philip. What up, Philip? I know you watching this shit too. But he know he do this shit. But he say nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because he feel like he grew up with black dudes but he like a rich kid. He like his dad is like a owner of like a whole bunch of car dealerships, like luxury car dealerships and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know Philip? You probably seen him with me or some shit. But he'd go to the club with me, and he would be like,
he be smacked like off the like
even before we get drunk.
He just be saying that.
He'll be like, he'll be talking. He like from Texas. He got a Texas accent. He'll
he's
say
American.
He American.
Nah.
But he German and American.
Oh,
he got like dual citizenship.
Yeah, okay.
But he was born here and lived there for a while or some shit. I don't know. But he'll say some shit. He'll be like, yeah, I'm a real nigga. And I'll be like, come on. I'll be like, come on, Phil. He like, what do you mean, man? Blah, blah, blah. He like, and I'll be like,
I don't got nobody to do no shit like that. I don't got no friends to do no shit like that.
I have to explain it to him so many fucking times. I know he don't mean nothing malicious by this shit. You know, but it gets to the point where he said
trend. Like it's not a trend, but it's.
But he got one of them personalities to where like it's really like harsh, jarring humor. You know, like.
Yeah.
And I think he kind of says it as like a shocking joke. You know?
Yeah, I get it.
Cause he knows you're gonna say some shit.
I got like, as a matter of fact, I do know somebody actually out here, and he probably sees his podcast too. He be doing it and shit, and I just be like, you know, say that shit. If you feel that you feel me? You feel that comfortable? You gonna fuck around? I tell him, I was like, look, man, you fuck around, come around one of my American friends that's not with that shit.
Come around the wrong one.
Niggas, they pop you. They pop you for that shit.
Gonna smack the fuck out of you.
Like you gonna look at me and I'm gonna look back at you. You know what I'm saying? Because like you know what? Look, anybody that says it, you know the consequences when it comes to that word. You know why you shouldn't say that word. So
and you never know what somebody's reaction gonna be.
And I think that's another thing, man. When we talking about, and I'm not trying to, black culture is to certain people is so cool.
Yeah.
Like it's
we the coolest people in the world.
We set the trends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to I'm not saying that shit, Chris over there, he white, you feel me? You good? I'm just
but he a DJ. He love black music and shit.
You like black music and all that. I don't mean that in a bad way towards white people or nothing. Like, I feel like with these type of people, because like that black trend is, that culture and everything we do is so cool. So they want to be a part of that when they like it that much, and they might not be
might not be malicious
malicious towards it, but it's like, but they have to understand like you just can't, son, and don't ask us why we do it because we can, son. Like I don't know, like
we just flip the word, you know what I'm saying? But ain't it weird, like as a black person, like when you hear somebody say it, you have to go through this thing in your head where you like have to like kind of quantify what they meant by it and what your reaction is supposed to be and what you gonna do about them saying this shit. Are you gonna let them slide? Or you gonna smack them? Or you go?
It's like, yo, watch your mouth. Like
y'all don't even want a word like we have like that. You know what I'm saying? Because nigga can get you in a lot of fucking trouble as a black person. Because a motherfucker come up to you.
Yo, I be in the one. Yo, when I be in the one and shit. Like when I used to go to the one.
Yeah.
You go in the back smoke session, yo, all these white German girls be saying that shit. In that community.
Yeah. I know exactly the girl. I can, as you were saying, I could picture the type of girls that be standing out there.
And these soldiers be like, yup. I'm be like, yo, son, the soldiers, my nigga. No shout, no
shout
offense.
out to y'all, man.
Shout out to y'all, you feel me?
But y'all just be out here trying to, you know what I'm saying? Do what y'all get how y'all live,
Yeah, I get it, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, you can't be allowing these people saying
you can't let that one slide. That's why so many of them that think it's cool. Cause they be like,
they be really saying it. Like, out here, like, I don't really hear, like, people, like at least where I live in New York, people, we don't got white people, like,
that bold.
That bold. Because, in the States, what comes behind it.
Yeah.
But I think out here in Germany.
They feel like they white, but they German.
Yeah, they white, but they German. Which, they got a point.
Yeah, they got a point.
The States be wildin'.
Yeah.
I give them that. But at the same time, you're not black.
Exactly.
And that's all it leads to.
Just please don't use the word. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they got this digger word that's like.
Yeah, but digger is
it's like nigga adjacent. Like with a D.
But that means like homeboy.
So does my nigga though. You don't think digger came from nigga?
Do you think digger did digger come from nigga?
Of course it did.
I can't.
Where else?
It's with
Fat guy.
guy.
Yeah, yes. To say I don't know.
Thicker.
I don't know. I posted this on TikTok one time, and people attacked me on TikTok.
real?
The German, yes. I deleted the video. They was like, "What are you talking about?" Like they said that it means it has a. It's actually a.
But how is
word.
it spelled? If you saying it, is it spelled Digga? Okay, it's like
Yeah.
fat person. or
Yeah, I
whatever.
think it's because the way.
Well,
we
it sounds like the German nigga.
Yeah, sometimes like when I hear Germans talking,
Yeah.
I hear that word, but that's just because I don't understand the language and the pronunciation and everything.
But
So
when, that's how when I first got out here, I was like, "Digga, what the fuck you trying to say?" When the first time I heard that shit, I was like, "What?" And it's another word like niggerhin. It's a nap.
I don't know those shit. Like, a nap.
A nap is
I thought you
nigga
like a
niggerhin.
nap, like in your hair.
No, that would be even worse. But right? Am I right? Nap, like a short rest, is like niggerhin. Man, I swear to God.
Nigga, Tommy can't speak German.
I swear to God.
Nigga, Tommy,
We're gonna ask my wife after this. I swear to God.
be like, babe.
She probably asleep right now. But yeah,
Nah, that's crazy. Nah, I ain't gonna front. Like, I ain't gonna front. That's something I do though. Like when you was like, yo, you ever hear it? And you know, you hear a white person say it, and you know them. It makes me so uncomfortable because I'm like, yo, should I beat this nigga's ass?
it puts you in a real uncomfortable situation.
I be
Like
thinking, should I beat his ass or like, nah, that's my boy though. You know, you be
exactly,
in your mind,
you be
like,
weighing the options. You know, like
and I really do. So future, you know what I'm saying? Future. I really be thinking that, you know, that's a real thought. Like I just be like,
it's an automatic thought as a black person. You know, like I was on fucking vacation in Egypt one time.
mm-hmm.
We was at this hotel in Hurghada or some shit like that, and we was walking in from the pool, and you know, like I ain't had no shirt on, and I'm all tatted. I look like a hip hop, something to do with like hip hop and music or some shit. So this fucking pool boy like walks past me, and he's like, "What up, nigga boy? How you doing, man?" And I'm like,
I think that's just the code. They don't understand. Maybe they
I
really.
was like, but at that moment, it, like time slowed down for a second, and I looked at him, and it
Nigga
was like,
boy, nah, that's kind of like I'm
I
thinking
was
like in the
nigga
South.
boy. You said nigga and boy.
Boy.
I was like, whoa, I gotta whoop this motherfucker ass right now, you know. But
Yeah, at the pool. So
I'm at the pool, my wife and my son and shit. You know, we had just got done taking photos and shit, so I weighed that into the equation. It was a nice day and shit, and this guy just come
Sun's out and shit,
yeah, like we on vacation,
clear sky,
clear
like,
skies
nah,
and shit. Everybody's smiling, you know.
he got it.
And this nigga come out of nowhere with the nigga boy,
And that's
put me in this crazy situation where I got to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do about this shit.
And that's a point. Like, don't put us through this mental breakdown we got to do in our head.
Yeah, don't put us in the
I
situation.
ain't
Don't
gonna
put
lie.
yourself in that
If
situation.
I'm drunk, probably gonna get smacked.
It's over with because
It's a wrap.
that barrier is not
Yeah.
there.
Exactly. And I think if you're saying it, you got a black friend, and that's another thing. They be like, but my friend's black, my boyfriend's black. Listen, bro.
That doesn't count.
You say that shit, man, you gotta know that shit comes with danger. Cause you gotta, like, I don't think people understand, like, there's people who also lost their life for saying shit like that.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Like,
Over
this,
a word.
it's really like that.
It's
You
really
feel me? In
like
certain
that.
places, you say some shit like that. So, you know what I mean? But, hey, man, I get it. And it's okay if you like, and that's another thing. Like, I feel like when certain white friends that I have, I feel like that, you know, that have said that before, I feel like be yourself. That doesn't make you you don't have to say nigga to me to fit in. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't even know why I say nigga. I just say it. It's embedded in me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I don't say nothing malicious because shit. There's people that get mad at. You know, I've been down south where black people got offended by it, and I'm kind of like, what, nigga?
Yeah.
I'm thinking in my mind, what's all this, you know?
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I said, man, that shit comes with danger, bro. You better got some real consequences behind. You got to think about what you say and shit like that. You don't have to fit in to say that shit. Like, I'ma like you, be
you,
be white.
Yeah, be white. You know, that's cool too. You know, you not like that word is.
Yeah. I get it. You like earrings. You feel me? You like the stereotypical things that black people like. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, you can do all that.
You can do all that because that doesn't even tie us into things, anyways. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But leave that word alone, man.
Yeah.
Bottom line. My boy T.I. You know what he got going on lately?
Nah. The last thing I heard about T.I. was the whole sex thing with Tiny and shit like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Not that one. He
nigga doing something.
He decided he wanted to be a stand-up comedian.
Oh yeah, I did see that comedy. I saw him. Is he good? I haven't seen no clips or nothing.
I ain't really watched the whole clip, but I got one queued up. So
is it gonna be funny?
I don't know. I ain't even watched it yet. We're gonna watch this live. Let's react to that.
Go ahead.
The T.I. one, Chris.
Not talking to you.
What you got, T.I.?
If you got saggy titties, you don't need to go and get no operation. You don't need to get no surgery. You just need to get a nigga with a long arm so he can hit that motherfucker on his goddamn hit the ground. You know what I'm saying?
That was alright. It was straight.
That's no man's land, right? You don't want to do that. Like, you know, it's alright to have friends and shit. Like, let me ask y'all a question. Can you be in a committed relationship and still have a friend from the opposite sex? Yes. Now, if you're fucking, it don't count. The lady's like, yes, it do. It still counts.
I think his timing was off on that one right there.
Shit, man. Ladies cheat way better than us, so don't get into the game, okay? Because the shit is gonna be fucked up for you. Besides, cheating is a big dick game anyway, okay? You got a little dick, don't keep that to yourself.
That wasn't funny. That last part.
Nah, the last part definitely wasn't funny.
Yeah, but I think him stepping. I think him stepping into this new realm, like, you know, that shit. Stand up comedy takes a lot of practice. It's a real art to that shit.
A real
art to that shit. You know, shout out to, like, you know, Kevin Hart and all the people that do it. Dave Chappelle. I think it's, you know, when you're rich, you can just be like, I want to be an astronaut and become an astronaut. You know, you do whatever you want. But I think, yeah, I mean, if that's your interest and that's what you want to do, you know, I salute to T.I. and all that. I think it's cool. But I think he has a long way to go because you got to think when you watch these you know, biographies and stuff, and you look at these people like Kevin Hart, you know, his special that he had, you know, coming up and how hard it was for him.
Yeah.
His struggle with his mother and all that, man. He went through a lot. Well, anybody that does anything, any type of craft, you know what I'm saying, any type of talent.
You can't just jump into it and expect to be great, you know.
I'm saying, unless you paying motherfuckers to laugh. You know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, but
like comedians, they spend like years like practicing or like just going to small rooms until they like do their first special or call themselves a real comedian. I'm talking about like 7-10 years, you know what I'm saying, before they really like all the way like entwined in that whole like realm of like expressing.
I mean, but you know, at the same time, I personally don't know T.I. on a personal level. Maybe that was something he thought of pursuing, and he's been funny, and we just don't know that because we only.
There's a difference between being funny and being able to do stand up comedy, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I saw a podcast he did with Donnell Rawlins. Mm-hmm. You know, Ashley Larry from the Chappelle Show. And he was like, comedy is always something he admired. Like he was always.
It's like another passion for him or something.
Well, he said it ain't never nothing at the time. He said he was always going to comedy clubs with his wife. Like his whole career, he always like been close to like comics. And when he would take his wife out, they would always go to a comedy club here, in whatever city they was in. And he been knowing Donnell and Chappelle for a long time and shit like that. He just always liked going there and laughing because he like Lil Duval came up under him too. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think Lou Is he good, Lil Duval?
Yeah, I think he's funny.
I've never seen a stand up by him before.
I seen like his old like comedy jam shit.
I don't get why he's funny. Like why? Because I always see him like on like rap songs or something like that, or people there's a
well,
tweet.
now he doing like the more kind of parody music thing, but
okay.
cause you know he got that song "Smile, Bitch."
Yeah,
That's my shit. I like that song. That's like the best song he ever made. Most of the shit he made is like real parody, like make you laugh type.
Okay.
You know, he got a song called "I'm Dropping Dick Off." You know what I'm saying? And he's about fucking bitches and shit. You know, but now he got like a real record deal after he dropped that "Smile, Bitch" song. Now he trying to make kind of more real music and shit, singing like it's like real old school like vibe to it, kind of like "Smile, Bitch." He like keep going in that direction and shit. He got like Ty Dolla $ign on the song and shit like that.
Get your bag, man.
Yeah, he getting it back. And he like a funny personality, you know. Like I follow him on Instagram and shit, but he be going in on bitches and shit. He be going in on everybody. This nigga just funny. You know what
I've never like really. That's what I was saying. I never really like went behind him trying to look.
Yeah, but he funny though.
Shit, I think Plies is pretty funny too. Like
Plies funny as hell,
yeah,
but he like a funny talker. He could probably be a stand-up comedian easy.
Yeah, he pretty funny, man. I like you know a lot of the memes and shit coming from him. And
That nigga funny as hell, man.
Yeah.
He probably make way more money with comedy than his music. You know what I'm saying? Like, in my opinion. But in T.I.'s case, he said that he just always admired it, and he feel like in so many words he feel like he done did so much for music that even if he was to come out with another hit song, people would just be like, oh, okay, that's another hit song from T.I. You know what I'm saying? He was like I can only get on stage and jump around for these teenagers for so long. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, he want to start cultivating that comedy shit now, so maybe he could do that. Like when he done jumping around on stage and shit.
I mean, if he has a plan, he has a plan. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't knock whether he's funny. Maybe we all know that, you know, that shit comes with practice and stuff like that. Maybe over time, like you said.
Yeah.
I think that's what's up. You know, putting his energy in something, because he's right. I mean, you know, we in the drill scene, violence and all this other bullshit. You know, it's kind of he's did his thing already.
Yeah, he already did. He already
did
solidified.
Yeah, so you should definitely, if that's his plan.
Yeah, if he want to do that shit, because he acting and all type of shit. He own all type of shit, so why not?
He did good in, like, I think he's, exactly, with the acting, so he did well in that. Like,
yeah, he a decent actor.
Yeah, he's okay, you know? Yeah, for sure, he's okay. And
He's himself in every role.
Yeah.
He can't break out of fucking his personality, but he's taking roles that fit his personality and shit.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta applaud T.I. for all he done accomplished and shit like that. And, you know, who knows if he stick with that shit, maybe he do become a good comedian, or, you know what I'm saying, a decent comedian one day.
I hope he does, man.
But there's some comedians out here mad that he doing that shit, though. I don't know. It's this dude named Godfrey.
Oh, you talking about Godfrey.
Godfrey from, like, Vlad TV and
he be on
Lord Jamar.
He's from, he lives in New York, but his parents is Nigerian or something like that.
Yeah.
He's funny. Godfrey's funny.
Yeah, he's funny.
Follow him.
He's a lot, though. What he be going off on them podcasts. He just be going off on tangents and, like, impersonating people and talking all fast. But he's funny, though.
But some of the shit he be talking about is, like, I follow him on Instagram. He be posting, like, a lot of, some things.
He real pro-black, right?
Yeah, real pro-black, but he's real with it. Like, he's not, like, hate towards white people. He's just, like, he just be like, yo, come on now. Like, we got it. Like, for example, they posted some model or something like that, and he's like, come on, we got black models for this. Like, you know, why you picking? You know, he does shit like that. But, yeah, why was he mad, though?
I only watched his little take on it once, but he was pretty much like,
we work hard for this. And
he's like, I've been doing this for years type shit. I pay my dues, and you can't just come in this shit because you're already famous and call yourself a comedian. Because he was like, T.I. He was like, I guess T.I. did a show with him and went on after him. And Godfrey was like, he was like, I'm the headliner. How you gonna go on after me? You're not even a comedian and shit. And he was like, he didn't stay to watch him because he felt disrespected and shit. He was like, why am I do my show, and I've been doing this shit for umpteen years, and you just decided off a whim that you wanted to be a fucking comedian, and I'm just supposed to be cool with you, like closing my show, you know what I'm saying, and stay and watch your show, he was like, nah, fuck that, pretty much.
Oh yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah,
I understand it. I understand it, but at the same time, like, hey man, the people is gonna, you know, it's what the people think. If he's a comedian or not, you know, he can be like, yeah, paying all this bread, and you know, now I'm a comedian, but nigga, if you're not funny, you're not, you know, if he doesn't grow within this thing, then you know what I'm saying. People are gonna, you know, over time, people are gonna know this. People are gonna be like, yeah, T.I. isn't really not that funny.
I think it's a skill that you can learn over time. You know what I'm saying? Because there's definitely a science to that shit, like I said. But I think with somebody like T.I., he always gonna have people looking at him through the lens of the musician that he is. Course. You know what I'm saying? Even in his movies, I can't look. Yeah, I don't buy him
serious.
No, I don't buy his character because I'm like, that's T.I.
Yeah, same. That's what I mean. Like
that is his identity.
I mean, it's just like you ever watch a movie with somebody who was like that person did really good and they're a villain.
Yeah,
and you're like, damn. You watch him in the new movie, like. And that's fucking the Joker,
yeah,
bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I can't take this nigga serious, you know? But
it's some actors who completely transform into every role they do. Of course,
like
them top tier actors and shit, like a Denzel or some shit like that.
Yeah, but I feel like Denzel kind of like, he does, don't get me wrong, Denzel's one of the greatest, the GOAT. But I feel like he picks more movies that are like
in
that, you know, I will find you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he's like excellent.
He's excellent in everything. I mean, he's played roles but he always is that guy in the movie though.
Yeah, he really is.
But he's played like vulnerable roles too and shit. But he always, whatever he do, he fucking that shit up.
Man on Fire, that's that shit.
I don't know.
That's the one the little girl gets kidnapped and he's like in Mexico and shit and like.
I've seen it, but it's been a long
It's an old
time.
movie, in fact. It's good.
Training Day. He was a beast then. I could watch that shit any day, anytime.
Book of Eli.
I just seen that shit.
Book of Eli was different, but he's still a badass. Like
he was still a badass.
He's a badass in the movie. That's what I like. And because it's like he's black, you know, so it's kind of like it's cause like damn, this nigga's
my nigga right here.
Facts.
Yeah.
But yeah, like for sure, there's a lot of people that can, you know, that can switch it up. But like you said, man, I see T.I.
I'm always gonna see him through.
That nigga in the comedy, I'm gonna be sitting there thinking, what's the song called?
I'm serious or what?
Nah, like I'm just gonna be thinking, what you know about that? What you know about that?
Exactly.
While I'm looking at him.
That's what Donnell Rollins told him. He was watching the show. He was like, okay, you getting him somewhere, some places and shit. He was like, damn, nigga, you ain't gonna do nothing? We don't get no what you know about that or you can have whatever you like or some shit. He was like, you can perform shit, nigga. He was like, that's probably what the crowd was thinking too. T.I. was like, yeah, that's just something they're gonna have to get. He said he wanna like integrate it into his show. Like he wanna do some songs.
Is he done with music?
No, he wanna upgrade his show with the comedy shit. Cause he was like, he don't know how many times people gonna come see him sing the same song. So he wanna like maybe do a concert and do some songs and do the fucking stand up shit.
You know what's crazy when you just, you know, this is a little off topic, but like with T.I., I feel like I know, don't get me wrong, guys, he's definitely solidified, but like I feel like when T.I. was like super hot, I feel like he was super hot when Atlanta was just like popping off, because they definitely have the music realm right now, you know what I'm saying? But like I don't really know why he's so solidified, and I'm not taking that away from him.
Because you was on the New York shit back then.
Like not. Yeah, I guess. Like,
but down south, he was that nigga though.
I know the hot songs, like, you know, there's like albums that were hot, because I did move down south, but it was like maybe because I'm just not into that type of sound. Okay. Maybe I don't know, but I always wondered why he was so. Because if I hear T.I. now, of course he's not in his prime anymore, so like the fact that I don't really understand why he was so solidified, and I hear him now, I just be like, okay, like T.I.'s alright, like he's not.
But I feel like everybody feel like that about him now, cause like remember what I said earlier, like, cause at the time he came up with like Jeezy. I think he even came up before Jeezy,
But
and he had the trap music. He had the fucking the I'm Serious. He had so many back to back like
hits,
like hood classic songs.
Really?
You know, like huge hits in the South. You know what I'm saying? To Rubber Band Man and all that shit.
Yes.
Like the nigga had like he was Atlanta at a certain point in time, like before a lot of niggas were, and they try to like forget about T.I. because what happened is at the height, or he had, I think one of the last hits he would have came out with was like it was before that Whatever You Like song. It was like it was What You Know About That, I think, and that was like one of his hugest songs and shit. And I still remember that music video and everything. And then a little bit after that, he got caught up with all them guns
and shit. I do remember that, but I
like
still
a lot, like enough guns to send him away for a few life sentences and shit.
But I never understood why they called him like maybe
the King of the South.
King of the South because
he called himself that.
Oh, okay.
Just like it was the same effect with the Wayne saying I'm the best rapper alive in every song and shit. Like he said it so much, people started calling him
Don't get
that.
me wrong. Again, T.I. is definitely up there, and you know T.I. sees this. Yes, I'm a fan of T.I., but
Yeah.
I also know who he came up with. Like you said, Jeezy.
He was right there with him.
Yeah, and Jeezy, I can still
Jeezy was maybe looking up to him.
look. But the thing is, I can throw on like right now, like Jeezy if he drops a mixtape, I'm listening to that mixtape.
I'm
like,
not listening to that. And I was a huge Jeezy fan back then too.
Jeezy just dropped the joint like 2 years ago. That album was.
I can only hear Jeezy say "yeah" so many times in my lifetime, and he still sounds exactly like he's like
That's
a watered down version of what he used to sound like. Cause when Jeezy came out back then, nigga, this nigga
that's because like
blanketed the streets. Like you could not, a car would not pass you
without Jeezy,
without playing Trap or Die.
I used to think Rick Ross was trash back then. I feel like Rick Ross has gotten way better than when he first started.
Yeah,
like,
definitely. He's found his niche.
Yeah, because I didn't like you know I'm talking about like the Jeezy T.I. era. Like I didn't like Rick Ross, not just coming out from being from New York, but like I remember when Jeezy, and same with T.I., I remember when he was on, but I was like, yo, Jeezy, like you said, I feel like Jeezy had really the sound, like that snowman shit.
That snowman shit.
I remember seeing niggas like down south, and not me, but they had the joint, the snowman,
the Trap or Die jerseys with the snowmans on front of them and shit.
He was really, they niggas was wearing what them baggy shit y'all used to wear?
We used to wear fucking Jabos. Everybody was wearing Jabos just because of Jeezy. I had like 7 pairs of them hoes with the straps around your knees and whatever lettering they had on there and shit.
But I mean,
niggas, some shit was expensive as shit too.
T.I. to me was always like, you know, he was good. Like it wasn't like I didn't feel like, you know, like. But obviously the world sees him like that, or like you know people in hip hop scene sees him like that because he's like a Mongol. Like
he always had a huge persona, and that's what carried him into. You know, being called the King of the South, because he used to proclaim that shit all the time. He was like always that underdog nigga, the little nigga that fucking is like, you know, like speaking up for himself and like, you know.
That's what's up, though.
But yeah, he definitely, you know, stamped himself and, you know what I'm saying, made himself into what he is today. But when he got caught with all them guns and shit, he had to switch gears. And he had to completely abandon that whole persona for a long time.
It was on the hotline, like if you get caught, call them.
Yeah,
that's 50 Cent posted that shit.
He did all that. The snitch hotline and shit.
Snitch hotline.
But he said he didn't snitch. But he said he had to do that as a like, cause he was supposed to go away for 100 years.
Yeah,
but he got off
community service
super easy. That's why everybody was saying he snitched.
Used to move like that, man. He don't seem like it now. You just see, you know, we getting older, so you just see the progress.
The family man, cause right after he got out, he got that reality show. Remember where he was like raising his kids.
Yeah.
and with his wife on there and shit
showing
like that.
He's doing good.
Yeah, showing the family man
and that's
image.
Why I be, you know.
And after that, niggas didn't take his music serious no more.
That's why I be, talking about that. I just be thinking like, how like these rappers, today, how they, these drill rappers, the ones that are successful with their drill.
Mm-hmm.
How is that shit gonna, like with Alpo, Alpo, with the whole shit in New York, like, he with Mitch. I don't know if you know the story, like,
I saw a lot of it on Vlad TV.
Like
Alpo got murdered, right?
Got
paid
murdered,
in full.
and that's years later. Like, you think that shit will forever is just stamped on you, like, you know what I mean?
If they deep in that shit?
Yeah, because I mean, you think about like T.I. and shit. You think about Snoop Dogg, like Snoop, all these rappers that came up in like in these eras where it was hard, like, what I'm saying?
They made it out.
They made it out, and they're just like, they had their beefs and shit like
Especially
that.
Snoop, he made it out in the midst of niggas getting killed over rap beefs and shit.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? And he beat a murder charge and shit. And
yeah.
You just think about him today, because, I mean, don't get it twisted. We all know Snoop is big Crip, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like, and he's still claiming that he really big Crip.
Yeah, but he be out with Martha Stewart and
but he be
Discovery
Channel.
Channel.
How we gonna look at, like, God forbid something happening to Dirk and whatever rapper, but how are, you ever think like,
are they gonna transform their image and shit?
Transform, because they're like, their rap shit is worse than it. We thought that was bad.
Yeah.
Now, like you said, with the transition to music and drill, like, are they gonna ever be able to get away from that, catching up with them one day? You ever think about that?
I think if anybody does it, it'll be Dirk. Cause he got a lot of death around him. You know what I'm saying? Vaughn. I think his brother died recently.
Yeah.
And like a few other people in his camp. People just keep dropping. You know what I'm saying? But he skating on through and getting more and more famous, getting more and more money in the midst of all that shit.
But it's not like, it's not like he's away from it.
Nah, he in the mid. It's all around him. You know what I'm saying? He got that fucking. That's some bad energy.
I think he moves strategic. I think that's the thing about Dirk. What he don't, a lot of these rappers. You ever realize a lot of these rappers, man, they go out there. They when they get caught slipping is because they leave in the studio. They under the influence. They hide. They're not looking at this. That's when they get caught slipping. You know what I mean? I feel like that nigga doesn't move. Like, don't get me wrong. I know he probably smokes, but I don't think he moves like, when he's moving, when he has to move. I think he moves like.
I think he more on his business, and like he seems like, if you listen to his lyrics, I would assume he really about his relationship with his girl and his family type shit. So he probably moving, with and for his family, like really purposefully, and that's maybe why he like surpassing a lot of them with success and shit. Cause he ain't living that street shit no more, but he like ingrained in it, so he can still reference it. But he probably ain't really moving in them circles no more.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay.
Which is smart. I hope that's how he moving.
I think that's growth.
Yeah.
Because you remember, like you said, there was a time Dirk kind of fell off, and he bounced back, and now he's really one of the top rappers. I mean,
yeah, he up there.
He up there now. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely in them conversations.
Can't really say the top rappers, because that's like.
But he in the midst of all them niggas like Drake and Future, and
say that.
definitely he is one of the hot rappers right now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, but anyways, other than that, yeah, man. That's other topic. You got any more?
Yeah. It was one more. It's this Showtime special. Mm-hmm. It's called Everything's Gonna Be All White. Mm-hmm. And the trailer, depending on how you look at it, is either really insightful and true, or really racist and
but the opposite,
whiny.
Opposite of racist, meaning like us.
Reverse racism.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually saw that too.
But let's check it out. Let's let the people watch it real quick. Amanda Seals.
I think what annoys me most about white people is when they pretend like they're the victim.
I really dislike her. I don't like her very much.
What's also annoying is when they kill us.
She had a point though.
About whiteness.
when everything has been constructed around it.
Every part of who I am has been distorted or criminalized.
It's really just a bunch of white lies.
We're storming the Capitol! You're not patriots. You're ridiculous.
One of the definitions of American whiteness is ignorance.
Whoa, that's a definition of whiteness?
Your problem. You are. Should white people today
I agree
take
with
any
that, though.
responsibility for slavery?
It's a bold statement.
Hell yeah.
White
Nah, I
Jesus
don't
or
agree with
black
that.
Jesus?
Jesus was not white. Think of
That's true.
geography. Ain't no way Jesus walked around with blonde hair and blue eyes.
White culture fears the end of the world. For us as Native people, the end of the world already happened like
True.
multiple times.
True.
Multiple times?
Tears of Trail of Tears.
These are mementos of racism. Bring that statue down. Put up a TCU BY yogurt or something. Everybody can get behind.
The truth has to be told about history.
We have to make sure that these stories are told from our perspective.
There's always hope. You know what I'm saying? We don't give up.
It's about obliterating systemic and institutionalized racism.
This is a wild place, y'all. It's a wild place. I know Harriet and Frederick be up there just like, what is they gonna do?
Looks good.
You can stop that shit, Chris.
Looks good. I look forward to watching that. It actually looks really
So you
good.
agree with every point on there?
No, I don't agree with the only point where he said, I think he said something about should white people be punished or blamed for slavery till this day.
Mm-hmm.
And no, I don't agree with that. But that's not but that's something that white people think we're saying, but that's not what I'm saying when it comes on that topic, and we ain't got to dip into that topic because we talk about that a lot. But taking that in, literally, no, I don't think. White people are not, the ones living today.
Yeah,
clearly are not the
They're
ones
far removed.
Yeah, of course, but that's not what we are. I would say, how should I put this? More educated black people are saying, who have the information. That's not what they mean by that.
Yeah. But that's what I mean by this. Of course, I see what they saying. Systemic racism exists. You know what I'm saying? It was some truth in everything they were saying. You know what I'm saying? White people can be ignorant to a lot of cultural differences, but they also, the thing with me is I'm kind of just exhausted with the victimhood and the complaining and the perpetuation of everything that racially divides us and shit, and it's a such thing as a race baiter. You ever heard that term before? Mm-hmm. But it's like people like Dr. Umar and Tariq Nasheed and just people that even Jesse, not Jesse Jackson, but the Don King looking motherfucker.
I don't know his name, but you're basically saying that it's pushing that narrative.
They push that narrative and profit off of it, and that's their identity. You know what I'm saying? A race baiter is somebody who, always everything is racist to them. They find a racist element to everything, and
it's like the transgender thing we were talking about.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. Yeah. But these people, they push it to stay a talking point and to profit off of it and shit,
Yeah, and with those people, if that is what they're, because I can't sit here and, say that's what they're doing because I don't know what's really behind it. But if that is what you're doing, I'm not for that. But at the same time, the problems that are being, in my opinion, the problems when you said, basically being a victim or being exhausted, but that doesn't mean I think these problems exist, but I think I think we should find a better way of talking about these problems, maybe instead of. But
this is just like you antagonizing, like okay, like.
Well, I think it's a discussion though. Like,
it's like that one, like the curly haired chick. She was making like the jokes about it, and like what really annoys me is when they kill us, type shit like that. Like it ain't got to be said like that. You know what I'm saying? She trying to. It's like you with a chick, right? Mm-hmm. You cheat on her. Mm-hmm. She decides to take you back, and you change. You become a better man. You know what I'm saying? You don't cheat on her no more. But every time you do everything, she bring up your cheating ass past and shit. Mm-hmm. Like, you did this because you a cheating ass nigga, You don't take out the trash, cheating ass, non-trash taking out ass nigga. Mm-hmm. And everything leads back to that. Are you going, ain't you going like develop some kind of resentment toward this chick? Cause she ain't letting you move on from your past.
Yeah, I get what
indiscretion and shit.
That. But I get where you're going with that point, But at the same time, like you said, that person changed though, in the every little thing that they do leads back to this situation. But I think the thing is that the people are not changing, and that's why.
Come on, bro. They had a lot of. Vast majority have.
I'm not saying there hasn't been change, but the things there's still a lot to be fixed.
Yeah, it's still a lot to be fixed.
And I think that is what it is, because again, even with her making the comment about the murder, I'm annoyed when I kill. Okay, that was her opinion. It was like you said, the way she said it is a little okay. I get it, but at the same time. There are black people still getting killed and stuff like that. So there's clearly something wrong with it. Now, I think.
But is that the forum? Is that the way that message should be delivered? You know what I'm saying? Because.
Yeah, but it's still entertainment. It's on Showtime.
It's entertainment. But just imagine a group of white people released a fucking doc that said, everything gonna be all black, and it was just them complaining about black people. What do you think the reaction to that would be?
Exactly this, because that's the point of the show. Like, white people are always trying to make it seem like, we this big issue and stuff like that. Because even the guy that was talking about the Native Americans, okay, a lot of remember, racism is based around you being different, and like I think the point he was trying to get off that is white people, they think the end of the world with all these new cultures and stuff. They feel like it's like
they gonna lose power or
something like that, and and I think.
But not all white people thinking on them terms. You know what I'm saying?
But there's white people that clearly do, because there's still things within our system that is not right. And this is the thing, bro. This is the thing. We could talk about this forever.
Yeah.
Until like there is a big change in, I think these things will change once pieces of legislation. It's hard. Legislation. It's hard to say that shit. Tongue twister. When things change within our law, that's when you're gonna see the major change. So we can talk about this shit all day. At the end of the day, motherfuckers is still like, you get me? Like, it's shit. Black people are gonna complain. And white people gonna be like, exactly, God damn, you still blaming us for this shit. Of course, there's white people out there that doesn't that I don't think like this. There's a lot of white people.
I would say the vast majority of white people don't think like that, because people forget,
it's
like
dying off. Like
people forget. Let me just say this point, we can get off of that shit. But and I'm black. I'm pro-black, but I'm pro-human being too. You know what I'm saying? Like I really want to do away with all that shit. But I'm saying, like, yes, America enslaved black people. You know what I'm saying? Yes, racism exists. You know what I'm saying? But yes, we was slaves for what, like 400 years or some shit. But
it's a very long time, by the way.
But that we was a part of the transatlantic slave trade, where slaves went all over the world, and white people did not steal us from Africa. We were given to white. Our ancestors were traded to white people to be slaves in America. Slavery used to be a very common thing across the world. You know what I'm saying? And white people, like I said, and people were slaves in Africa first. White people got slavery from Africa, you know, as the whole world did, you know? So they're just not this inherent belief that white people are just made to enslave people is of a myth. You know what I'm saying? They just did what everybody else was doing. They needed to build a new world. Yeah, it was horrible. It was evil, but everybody in the world was doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? And America was one of the first, if not the first country, I'll just say one of the first to abolish slavery because of white people who recognized that shit was evil and fought hand in hand, side by side with black people to go against their own people to eventually abolish slavery and get us up out of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So just like it was white people who and fought a war over that shit with their people to get us out of that shit. You know, it was evil as white people, but it was definitely white people.
But the Civil War wasn't based off of slavery.
What was it based off then?
The Civil War was based off of the separation from the Union. That's something that people.
Why did they want to separate from the Union?
They wanted to separate from the Union, not because we can Google this. I'm a very big.
Okay. Educate me then.
A lot of people will say that the Civil War, the primary thing was slavery, but it wasn't. It was just about the separation of, you know, like I said.
But was slavery a big proponent of it though? Was it one of the big points?
It was a part of it.
But it was more going on.
But I wouldn't say it was the major part of it because that was something that was added in towards the end of the war.
Okay.
It wasn't. They weren't like white people. Like, hey, slaves.
So it wasn't like the North. Like black people were mostly free in the North, and in the South,
but there was still slavery.
Slaves.
There was black people that were. First off, that's a concept that people don't understand. Like, you know, you got Harriet Tubman to the north to go, you know, follow the North Star, and bro, they still had black people were still
slaves in the North.
No, they were free, but they were still treated. There was still racism and stuff like that.
Still treated like animals.
And the black people had this. They just because they wasn't getting whipped and stuff, but they had the shitty jobs. They did, you know what I'm saying?
They were segregated and shit.
Yeah, segregated and all that shit. Of course, they had black. You know, you had New York, Black Harlem, and stuff like that. Of course, it was segregation. If that was the case.
But my point was, it's like all white people ain't evil. You know what I'm saying? They helped us up out of that shit. You know.
Of course, but at the same time,
and they started a trend in the world for other people to abolish slavery and shit, and recognize how evil that shit was.
And that's another thing. I was letting you talk. That's another thing that I don't. That's not true. Like, you know, you said that we did trade with them, but remember that shit went on. How long does slave trade go on for? It became. I don't know the exact number either, but it became a point where. You remember, it wasn't just, you know, you got another thing about slavery. It wasn't just, you know, it was the Europeans, you know, it's like Spain and you know, because they went into Mexico,
to the Caribbean
and stuff like that. So it became, you know, it just became a big profit to start the settlements in just the Americas. Mm-hmm. So Europeans and stuff like that. So Black people may have traded and stuff like that with tribes over whoever they seemed in their tribe. Yes, of course, people? Everybody had slaves, but at the same time, they extended the shit. They made it.
Yeah, they did what white people do. They fucking streamlined that shit.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, I mean,
niggas been slaves since the fucking Jesus days and shit. You know,
all into that. Like you said, the whole point is that there's white people out there who
are
of course, good. Who, you know, there's people who march with us and stuff like that. But then I have to ask why are these white people marching with us too? Because there's still wrong going on. There's still things that need to. My whole thing is this: there's still a lot of fixing. I was about to say slavery. Racism is still very alive and well.
I think it's always gonna be. It's always gonna be racist undertones in society. We're human. Yeah, we're billions of human beings
Of course,
on this
but-
planet, and it's always gonna be
But
conflict.
where do they push when you come to? I don't give a fuck about the people who come up to me. Of course, there's gonna always be somebody that thinks they're better than me. Especially, let's talk about white on black. There's gonna always be somebody that's racist, that's pushing for generations like white people are better than black people and shit like that. But at the same time, what's gonna make things better is it's kind of like out here in Germany, right? Germans, what's the word you said? They're Germans are very. I'm sure motherfuckers be walking past us every day, like, thinking it ain't mine, fucking niggers. But again, I think it's not a black thing in Germany. I think no offense to anybody that's German, but I think Germans, from what I heard, they don't really like anything that's not German. You know what I'm saying? But like at the same time, you also, the law, like Germany, after the whole, like we talked about this last time with the whole Holocaust and all these things, Germany has made it to where, the people in Germany are not blamed for, of today, but they are ashamed of their history and they enforce law stating that there's certain things that you
can't say.
Very harsh punishment.
Or you get fined.
The United States, though, on the other hand, I'm not telling white people to be like, yeah, we know slavery did something to you, da-da-da, but at the same time, putting things in law, and this is why people push for law, the justice system and all these things, changing the law with certain things. People can think whatever the fuck they want, but the same way if you murder somebody, you got to get the electric chair and you sit in there for life. They got to come out with there's things that need to come out more.
So they should come up with punishments for racist acts.
Like not punishment, but like in Germany, you go out there and you call somebody a German who's not a Nazi, bro, you getting fined for that shit. They hit you. Germany hit you where your pockets hurt.
Hit you in the pockets.
You get me? So whatever they do. But I think, like you said,
but in Germany, is not gonna change. In Germany, it ain't no fucking freedom of speech amendment.
I mean, like you said, we're humans, bro. Like, man, there's black people who think they better than other black people. Everybody's gonna think, whatever they think. But I think, there's certain things that, we have to, agree on, just like the white people that be marching with us that do agree with us, because that's why they're marching. There's some things that need to be changed. And I think over time, I think, like you said, yes, the vast majority of white people today know racism is wrong, but there's still a good amount who don't even want to listen to this podcast. Probably.
Yeah, they don't get it.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I think it always is going to be that subsection.
I think we're progressing. That's what I want to say. I think
the same. I think we getting to a very good place. I think we are in a good place, but it's still work to be done. But I think we shouldn't look at it. We should look at it as the glass half full rather than the glass half empty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. And it's like we're also, black people act like, like we said last time, like, we can be prejudiced and stuff too in our own ways. It's just, and I get what you're saying. You just tired of the talk. You just want it to be equal. But the only way to be equal is, I don't know. I don't know how to be equal with these topics and stuff like that, and what things go on, because I am black, I understand my black side.
Yeah.
But because I think it's a little different for us, because we also in a interracial relationship. I feel like if you had a black wife, you'd probably be like,
I'd probably be leaning.
I understand these niggas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck yeah, we should, but I think it's the mixture and this,
and the fact that we live outside of America.
Yeah, and we see shit.
And we see shit kind of from the outside looking in.
Yeah. And that's one thing I can say about Germany, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, there'll be racist people everywhere in the world. Just like you said, it was slavery everywhere in the world. We're humans, it's racism. But at the same time, I don't run into no problems to like what I see in the States. And I also believe like when I just feel protected more out here, as a black man and stuff like that. I don't run into those issues. I be chilling, nigga. I be mobbing out here.
Yeah, I be chilling.
Really? Like,
I can't complain about living out here, man.
I feel like, and another thing is, I feel like when a German, you know, sometimes I catch myself, like, if I'm on a train or something, I be bringing my American tendencies over here, like, you know, to where I'm like, that motherfucker looking at me because I'm black or something.
I be the same way.
But then I be like, you know, I think they just stare at us because they like, we dress differently, we look different, like they know we American, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, which is
try to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Which is a win-win for me because at the same time, I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know what they think.
In the States, I'm automatically thinking like, you know, even if they probably not, I'm probably thinking,
more than likely in America, they think
more
some
likely,
shit like that.
exactly.
But you'll never know out here, you know.
Yeah.
They can just think you look cool or whatever.
Exactly, and that's the same thing with police. You know, when I get pulled over, the first time I got pulled over in Germany, I didn't know you could have, you know, they can do traffic stops, you know, random traffic stops.
Yeah.
So I'm just like automatic off the rip. You already know how I'm coming. I'm like, my nigga, what I do? Yo, y'all just pulling me over. Y'all just pulling me. Damn, I can't. I mean, I'm like, yo, I can't get a break, bro. Like, I come to another country, can't be black nowhere. I'm going over.
Going in.
You know me.
Pulling
so
all the black cards.
Yeah, and the dude's just like, no, sir. We just do registration and da-da-da, and then you go on your way. He's like, this is not America. And I'm just like, damn, I felt embarrassed.
You like, oh.
Oh, he was like, yeah, we do in Germany, we can do traffic stops, da-da-da. I was like, wait, y'all niggas can just pull people. So now,
that's wild,
with
though.
that situation, when I get pulled over, it doesn't give me the opportunity to be like, oh, shit. He just pulled me over because it could be anything.
Yeah,
you know?
it could be anything.
He could be pulling me over because I'm black, but I'm just like, oh, it's Germany, traffic stops, okay.
He still could probably just be pulling you over because you're black.
Yeah, 100%. But it gives you that space to give him the benefit of the doubt. In America, I get pulled over like, if you ain't do shit, you know, like, yo, you pull me over off the rip because I'm black.
But see, I never get rowdy with the police though, because I ain't trying to get killed. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of them niggas be fucking up.
And it's a trend now. Like, you ever see some videos where it's like, don't get me wrong, I get it. You know, you got the right to record and shit, but some people they
be so.
Look, my cousin is a cop.
Okay.
My cousin is a cop. He's a black cop.
Okay.
And, you know, he said he be pulling, you know what I'm saying? He's from the trenches too. You know what I'm saying? He just lived his life right. He's a cop now. You know what I'm saying? But he's 100% from the trenches. But when we have these conversations, he be saying it, you know, he be saying it too. He be like, yo, he became a cop, you know, because he kind of wanted to do something to the community with everything that was going on and shit like that. But he was like, yo, some black people, you know, no offense to my people, but I'm black. I can say what the fuck I want to say.
Yeah.
Some black people, you know, it's become to be viral and shit.
Yeah.
You know, I got my phone. It's like, yo, just
give me your license.
Yeah, like
your registration.
Why you moving hot? Like, just and on top of it, you know nigga. Me personally, right?
Yeah.
I seen motherfuckers do a video and all that, and niggas still get shot. So like, why
get shot on video?
Yeah, like, of course, there's some crazy incidents where motherfuckers they ain't doing shit, and there has been situations where a white person just shoots you.
Yeah, of course.
But at the same time, I'm like,
why you exacerbating the situation?
Exactly.
Goddamn, like,
I'm gonna be like that. Niggas pull me
especially
over.
if I ain't did shit.
Niggas pull me over. I'm going like this, taking the keys. Officer, I am taking the keys out of ignition. The keys are dropping on the ground.
Now.
That's it.
Exactly.
I'm complying. Because most of the time, it's a power thing, you know? And like my cousin said, they got things like, why you got to do... Okay, I get the recording. If people are being ridiculous and shit like that, I get it. Certain situations, you got to record.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the people that's recording just like because, you know, the cop probably having a bad day and says something, he's a little rude.
Yeah.
And then you automatically feel threatened, you taking out your phone. It's like, yo, why do all that when, like my cousin said, you have places that, you know, you can do a report. You can go to the office, file a report. Yeah. All offices have body cams now.
Yeah.
Go up there and do a report. Nobody's telling you you have that right. Goddamn, please don't attack me. You got that right.
Yeah.
But just give them your license.
Give them the motherfucking license and registration.
If you love your life. If everything that they saying is true.
If you want to fucking make it out of that situation, just do what unless he asking you for some wild shit.
Yeah.
But if he just asking you for your license and registration and you ain't did shit,
You
Act
know?
like you know all the laws and shit.
I'm if anything, I think the worst thing I'm gonna say now that I know what's going on. Like back then, you know, I'm young, I'm hot, moving hot and shit. I'll say some hot shit. But now I learn, like, you know, I learned my lesson through the people who, you know, in a sense sacrificed their life to know, like, okay, look, there's ways to handle these things. You know what I mean? Like, if I feel like there's certain situations, everybody got cameras now. Even though there's probably they be tweaking camera footage and shit too. I get it. Pull your camera out. But, bro, there's some certain situations, though. I follow this group on Facebook. There's some situations it's like, yo, bro, you did not need a camera for that. You just made a scene just to post it on this channel.
Yeah, that's
you know what
wild.
I'm saying?
Playing with your life like that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, don't get me wrong. I totally understand what these cops be doing. But there's good cops out there too, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And I will feel bad for the cop, for example, like my cousin, to deal with some shit and have to take every situation lightly, and then he goes out there because of the narrative that they're trying to push on some of these cops. Don't get me wrong, I know there's some crooked cops doing bad shit, just like there's bad people everywhere.
Yeah.
But I don't want them to push some narrative, and then, you know, my cousin has the narrative that you gotta be blah, blah, blah. You know, a cop still has to do what they gotta do. Fuck around, he go out there and get shot because he thinking, like, you know, let me not be rude, and motherfucker pull out a gun, blow your brains out because you're pulling them over before a traffic ticket. But in actuality, this motherfucker importing fucking El Chapo in the back trunk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know,
they never know. That's the thing with police. Like, they try to act like police just be like overreacting, but they don't know what the fuck can happen. Especially if you put them. Sometimes they
stood up on the hood and shit.
Yeah,
some wild shit.
Sometimes they like crazy shit does happen, but it's like it's this dynamic between cop and person in the car. Like the cop walking up to the car, he don't know who the fuck in there. If you got a warrant, blah blah blah. If you violent, you got a gun. Like he gotta assume all these things and try to give you the benefit of the doubt at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And the person, like, you know, like, you got to realize that he's going through all this shit in his head. Like, why would you want to put him in a situation to make you believe that you, what's the word? Hostile.
Yeah. But, you know, it's like both sides. I get both sides because I understand being black comes with these stereotypes. I get that. All that, you know, you see me and you riding in the car in the States, you know, we could be businessmen wearing this.
Yeah.
Probably got a yacht, all that, you know what I'm saying? And we driving just, you know, to visit a family member or something.
Still might get pulled over and ask, where y'all boys going?
Yeah, exactly. So I get the narrative, like the stereotype, but yo, people have to understand, I'm not saying it's right, but people have to understand, like, these stereotypes are not going to die until we kill it on our side too. They're giving these like, you know, these documentaries and, like, you know, I'm not saying they're complaints, but I think there's a way to deliver these messages and these things that we trying to get across about racism instead of using racism to counter racism. You get what I'm saying? And like you said, you know, I agree with my blackness, but at the same, you know, my black side, definitely pro-black, but it's like...
Can't fight fire with fire, you know, like, what I'm saying? You know,
cracker ass cracker.
Exactly. You can't do that, man. Like,
yeah, facts.
It's a better way.
But this is a, you know, maybe we can talk about this discussion for days, man. You know?
Yeah, for real.
But other than that...
Shit, I did have one more topic, but I see we already passed the 2-hour mark.
Yeah, we can, you know, talk about it today.
Say what?
80%.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm watching the battery right here. It's cool though. I mean, we can talk about it real quick. Kanye West.
Again.
This nigga, he know how to stay in the motherfucking media.
That bitch made the song of the year, like the feature. He had the feature of the year though with Fabi Foreign.
I ain't heard that shit.
City of Gods, that shit fire, boy.
I just saw Fabi on Academics podcast talking about his experience in the studio with Kanye. But what I wanted to talk about,
out to Fabi, man.
Yeah, shouts out. You know, he just released Donda 2.
Today?
I think he was supposed to release it like sometime today, or it would have been like midnight.
Yeah, he was
in the
supposed
States.
to because Dirk was dropping.
But he said he dropped it. The interesting thing about him dropping it is him dropping it on these stem players. You seen that shit?
Stem players, I don't know what that is.
It's like this little round thing. You would see it when he was dropping Yeezus and all that shit. At first he tried to introduce it then. It's like this little round. It's like a player. Like you can only get his album if you buy this player, and it's $200 fucking dollars. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't drop it on Spotify, not Apple Music, nothing.
Oh yeah, Apple Music did a deal like this.
He turned down $100 million deal with Apple Music that wanted to do some live release with his album because he owned all his music now, and he decided to drop it on his own player.
But he wound up making more, I heard.
It was something like he sold like 11,000 of them and made like a little bit over 2 million already on the first day. And he said on Spotify he would have had his album would have had to stream like 500 million times to get that same amount of money. He's just trying to prove a point that it's other ways to get your music out there and shit.
I salute to you, man. Salute to Kanye, man.
Yeah, salute. I mean, he is Kanye West. Not anybody can fucking sell a motherfucking.
I mean, Jay-Z did the same thing with Tidal, though. Took all his music down he came out with Tidal. And I don't know, is Tidal his?
I think he sold his stock in Tidal recently.
But I know he took all his music off Apple Music.
Yeah, and released his own platform.
Yeah, released it on, that was with the whole Magna Carta and shit when he bought the Android.
Yeah, but with Kanye, it's not like a platform. It's like a physical, like, MP3 player type thing that looks all alien and shit.
You know, his niggas is, like you said, nigga got a code. Niggas die, they gonna get that. Like,
Yeah, man.
It's a name. He can do whatever he wants. He can do whatever. You have Kanye. He's such an interesting.
He know how to fucking
person. Like whether
get the people going, like the song says.
Exactly. Whether he is doing something that's positive or he's crazy, as Kanye, man, anybody's gonna want that stamp. Like, he can do whatever he wants, man.
Yeah, you see how he fucking harassing his soon-to-be ex-wife though?
Talk about Kim.
Yeah.
I mean,
he like posting everybody who texts him.
Yeah,
he'll post that shit on social media. Like, what the fuck?
But you know what?
Calling Pete Davidson skeet.
It's like he said in the song, man, in the City of Gods, man. Like, and it's like said in the last podcast. I think, people make him out to be crazy. He has the consequence for that. For being crazy. He is a little crazy. I get it, but he has a point too. Just because everybody's trying to push the narrative, think he's crazy.
I don't think he's crazy. I think a better word would be like eccentric. That's what they call crazy rich people to make it sound better. But I think he is, to some effect, a genius. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you see, he got a documentary out on Netflix right now. Genius. I watched like a little bit of the first episode and shit. And like, I don't know, the narcissism started to get to me a little bit. But I still saw like where he came from and like how he was kind of grimy to like making them beats and, you know what I'm saying, moving all the right ways to get to where he is today and shit. And you got to respect that, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
But he is a textbook narcissist though. Like anybody who is that confident. But to some extent, you gotta have some narcissism if you want to be somebody in this world, I
think it's because how big he is, though, too. Like, like he is.
But he
big.
always believed that he was gonna be as big as he. That's the narcissism. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's probably what I feel like every. I mean, I ain't trying to sound wrong in saying this, but I feel like every person who's like really good at what they do, they all got some kind of
quirk.
Some little quirk to them makes them a little,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like to become great, to realize like greatness or whatever, you have to believe. You have to have a much higher opinion of yourself than like normal people. You know what I'm saying? To achieve any level of greatness, I think.
I mean, I feel like with this podcast, I feel like this is gonna blow up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And because I feel like
crack.
I got, you feel me? I got mad confidence in myself. I'm cocky as a motherfucker. We gonna be up there.
Yeah, we gonna be up there.
That's a fact.
Speaking it into existence, like I said, words got power.
And I really believe that. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So y'all gonna be watching this podcast and be like, yo, damn, son, I remember niggas starting them shits. He was doing this shit out, you know, in the house. Now they got their own studio and shit. Like,
yeah.
We gonna put this clip on there. It's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? We gonna, you know.
Yeah, we gonna rewind. We're gonna do a rewind.
Hell yeah. You know, we gotta do an end of the year wrap up. You feel me?
Oh, for sure.
For sure, yeah.
We have to. That has to be a thing.
Wrap up. So we gonna have all of our content, the parties and shit that we host in the future, all that. Like, it's gonna be, we about to be an empire, man. It's gonna be lit.
Yeah, y'all gonna see. But on that note, I think we can go ahead and wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
It's been a good one, man. We talked about some good topics this time. You had some good points. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. I feel like last podcast we was arguing a little bit.
For real? I was just playing devil's advocate a lot last podcast.
Nah, it was a good. I like that podcast. It was good topics, and especially we had other people in the room that could touch bases and shit like that. That shit was lit, man. It's always a good time. You know what I mean? I feel like it's a place where I can express myself and
Me too.
bro. You know what I mean? And if you feel like you need to come on here and express yourself, come holler at us.
Yeah, holler at us, man. Hit us up. You know what I'm saying? Look in the description section, see all our links, and, you know, hit us in the DMs, in the email, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And anything you want to say before we
I want to say it live now. Like, you know, I think we should get somebody on here that is, I mean, if anybody's out there, you know, who, you know, talking about life in Germany. You know, as a, you know, maybe like with the laws or something, and, you know, something.
Yeah, whatever, man. As long as you can speak a little English with us.
Yeah, exactly. If you can speak English and all that, just come through and, you know, talk about our experiences and stuff like that. And, you know, as one of the topics. You know, I'm not talking about the whole time, but, you know, and join us on with everything else. I think that would be dope.
Yeah, that would be dope, man. If you watching and, you know what I'm saying, you got some interesting things to say, you know what I'm saying? Hit us up. We open to anything right now. We still building, you know. But it was a few things. I wanted to shout out the pop-up sneaker con that's coming up March 19th. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Upscale Uptown. It's in Ramstein.
Facts, you can get your ticket online.
Yeah, they got tickets going right now. And I think they still looking for people to sign up for the tournaments.
It's booked.
Oh, it's booked out?
Yep.
Well.
Or for a tournament.
For the tournament.
Basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah, we think about signing up. Me and Dontre.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, we think about it.
Okay.
Yeah, because, you know, Dontre plays professional ball.
He played professional ball?
Yeah, not like NBA, nigga. Like,
but like out here or something?
Yeah, he not out here. He's played D1 college and shit. He's known. And, yeah, that's why he came out here trying to play out here.
I did not know that shit. I did not know that shit.
That nigga tall. That nigga be.
That nigga tall as shit.
Yeah, he be balling. That bitch be balling. He got highlights and shit like that. But yeah, we think about, you know, signing up to the tournament and play a little bit. You feel me? Okay. That's why I'm hoping we can get a camera person on the podcast. So I'm gonna be out that busting ass. Pause. Feel me?
Nah, shit, we might have to bring somebody with a cam then. I just don't. We ain't really worked out the particulars of when we gonna do the live stream. I don't know if they want us to commentate some of the games or.
Yeah.
I don't know. We got to figure out.
It's going to be a movie regardless.
Yeah, this shit going to be, it sounds like it's going to be lit.
If they got music in there too, I'm sure they will. I'm dancing everything. No, I dance.
I mean, I seen you dance on TikTok and shit like that. You keep mentioning that you dance.
TikTok is not really.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I ain't seen you dance yet.
I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? Flexing and all that. You know what I'm saying? All my Chris Brown shit out that bitch, nigga. I really be doing that. But yeah, man, it's going to be lit, man. I'm kind of excited for that shit.
Yeah, I'm excited about that shit too. Yeah, shit gonna be lit, man. But anyway, this has been the Quote Ghost podcast. If you got anything to say about anything we had to say, leave us a comment in the comment section. Join the motherfucking conversation, man.
We need haters too, so haters is welcome.
Yeah, say what you got to say. We'll address that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Nice. We might even put your comment on the upload
on the screen and all that shit. Mm-hmm. Shout you out. You know what I'm saying? Then destroy your point.
Yeah, facts.
But all right, man. We're going to see y'all next time then.
Yeah, bow.
Peace.
You already know the vibes. Yo, if you enjoyed this podcast, you already know what to do.
And if you don't know what to do, I'm going to tell you what to do. Hit that subscribe, hit the bell icon, and give us a like. Because it's the Quote Go podcast, man. You can't go wrong. Tune in every weekday, 6 o'clock, Friday, full episodes on YouTube and Spotify. Hit us up on the Instagram. Give us topics. And we appreciate it, man. Quote Ghost Podcast. We out.